Where in Pennsylvania?
Lancaster.
So my parents moved to media when I graduated high school. I went to Villanova.
Did you?
I did,
Okay.
yeah.
Had a great school.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful area.
I was on the swim team there, and
Nice.
I was recruited, and I didn't even realize it was a Augustinian school when I went. But you know what? So I also have, I'm a scripture scholar. So, and my thing is scripture and spirituality. Those are my charisms. And I should have known when I went to Villanova, my only A's were in religion classes, mandatory. I ended up on Wall Street right out of college, yeah.
Wow.
And I've kind of taken the scenic route to get here.
That's
But,
awesome.
Good for you.
yeah. Dolan, your previous life,
Well, I was from New York. I moved down here a year ago.
where in New York?
Ithaca.
My husband went to Ithaca.
Ithaca College.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And I grew up in, do you know where Weedsport is? Do you know where Auburn is?
I know where Auburn
Okay, Weedsport is the little dinky town that people get off to get to Auburn.
is. Okay.
And that's where I grew up.
Oh,
And we still have a lake house up on Lake Ontario, north of Syracuse in Pulaski.
oh yeah, I've been to class.
Okay,
Yeah.
so have you ever been to Buttermilk Falls?
Oh yeah.
I love that
Dozens,
place.
dozens.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
But yeah, I worked in a deli. I was a deli lead for 5 years, and I had my own little landscaping business.
Nice. And how long have you lived here?
In Florida for a year,
1 year?
Yes.
Okay, good.
just about. Yeah.
And Kat, you were a Vegas person.
Yeah, I'm a poker dealer. I've done poker for 13 years.
Did you do that here or did you do that somewhere else?
I used to live in Missouri and worked at a casino in Oklahoma.
Okay,
So I done a casino there
okay.
for poker. But before that, I did, the waitress, the working at group home with mentally disabled individuals, and little time in my younger years. But,
Okay, all right. How long have you been here?
5.5 years.
5.5 years, good. Cooper,
What's up?
what are you doing here?
Just hanging out.
Cooper, should I start or should
Yeah,
I?
you can go ahead and start. I'm sure if anyone else comes in, I'll just leave them back here.
All right,
The important people are already here.
the important people are here.
If for some reason the screen tends to turn off, just click on her right there.
Okay. So just a little bit about me, y'all. Right out of college, I worked on Wall Street for a while, and I went through a management development program, and that's where I learned the importance of systems. That's where I met my husband. And from there, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I stayed home for, well, until both kids went to elementary school. And I kind of looked around me and I thought, I really did not like the mom mafia that I was hanging around with. So I started my own decorative painting business. I'm like, well, what do I want to do? And I knew I was not a desk person. I just couldn't go back to the corporate world. So I was in Austin, Texas, and very quickly I became one of the top 4 decorative painting companies in Austin. I got in the back pocket of a couple high-end decorators, and I was in $1 million houses all over the place. And at the same time, I really started getting involved with my kids and the church and everything. And very slowly, anyhow, I went back to school and got my master's in theology and continued on with scripture and spirituality. So 10 years after my decorative painting business, so there I learned the importance of listening to people and providing what they want. But after about 10 years, I got a ganglion cyst in my hand and my hand froze up. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Okay, let's fix this. And he goes, yeah, we can fix it. So they took out this thing and I bruised from here to here. And I was like, great, I'll go back to work and everything. And he said, okay, if you want to be crippled by the time you're 55, you go ahead. So I sold my business. And I got involved with ministry heavily. And if anybody knows anything about ministry, you don't make any money in ministry. So my husband lost his job back in 2004. And we wiped out, he was out of work for 2 years. And so we wiped out everything. So fast forward to probably about 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and our financial advisor said, you need to figure out a better way to make more money. So I decided to, I did ministry for a while and it just wasn't enough. So then I said, well, I'll get into real estate. I was executive director at a retreat center. Our budget was about 5 million. And I had 2 campuses and we had probably 20 people working under me. It was wonderful. And I worked in a lot of churches and stuff. But my husband works from home and I decided, okay, well, I'm going to get into real estate part-time. And I had tried real estate when I was young, but we weren't financially stable at the time and I just couldn't do it. So I started my real estate and I joined a team and she had all kinds of systems and stuff in place. It was wonderful. And in Austin, the average home sale is about $500,000. So I did 4 million my first year. I sold 8 homes. I did 4 million last year here. I sold 23 homes. Okay, so you just work a little bit harder. And we noticed both of my mother and father-in-law have died, and we watched the dying process and what the family had to do. And I looked around at my siblings and I'm like, well, no one else can be my parents should they fail. So we chose to move here. I was like, I put a shingle here. I can do it there. So after about 1.5 years, 2 years of working there, I used to drink wine with Joe Williams, by the way. We never talked real estate, but we did drink wine. So Keller Williams, Joe Williams.
Oh,
Okay. Moved here 3 years ago, got my license, started in July 2.5 years ago. And my goal was to do 4 homes my first year because I'm used to doing 8, right? So didn't know anyone, none of the homes I've sold are any of my parents' relationships or anything. And just started the systems that you would read in the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate, whatever, that book. Read that. And I work in my tail off. And this month I have 6 closings. Last month I have 3. Next month I already have 1. But you gotta just do it, believe in it and do it. So what I'm gonna share with you is the lead gen and what we do. And we're gonna talk about what's good for you, okay? And then we're gonna talk about what to do with sellers. That all makes sense? Any questions before I get started? All right. All right, well then, let's see here. All right, I guess you guys have a Spark. How come that's not doing it?
Is it one of the minimized windows down there? Maybe.
I'm not the most, my husband's a techie guy, so he goes up, Vincent! My screen is not right. Oh.
It's all right, I got you.
I know. So if that happens again, what do I do?
I'm just gonna go back and go. I end the slideshow and then I go to slideshow and then from beginning. And then just leave it as is.
Okay,
But the screen will show this. This is what you see on the,
okay,
it's like a little different.
Okay.
Yep.
all right, great. All right, so. So y'all know each other, right? Does anybody need to introduce each other? Y'all are pretty good. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do is we're going to establish kind of a list of core ideas to grow the business. And are you guys familiar with this slide? You understand the difference between growing the business and running the business? When you grow the business, you're doing lead generation, you're doing seller presentations, buyer presentations, and you're going around looking at open houses, any vacant home, go in and look at the market. It's great to have a buyer when you're new because you'll start to learn the market. You run the business, okay? You market, okay, you just, everything, the big thing is transaction management to closing, vendor management, setting goals, compliance, attend trainings, all these things. One is growing the business and the other one is running the business. My whole philosophy on doing real estate is know the business, understand your contracts, understand options that you can do for buyers and sellers. Right now, you gotta be incredibly creative. Like I've got a buyer that wants to buy a home, $650,000 home, but he has a home to sell up in North Carolina. And I'm like, do you owe any money on your home up there? He's like, no. I said, get yourself a line of credit on your home up there. Take that cash, buy this home, and then you can sell your home later, but you can buy the home. And you know, you just gotta know, okay, what can we do? Sellers right now don't want to put their home on the market because they're afraid they can't find one. Well, you can do things to help them. Put it in there. Seller has 60 days to find a home, or this thing is null and void. Or you say, seller has an option to rent back from you after closing up to so much time. You gotta be real creative. So know your business, know the market. Every day you guys should be looking at the MLS. What things are selling for, what things are coming on, what, you know, the average time is and everything. Just get on there and look at it and treat people like their family. I treat real estate like a ministry, and I think that's one of the reasons why I do so well. Plus, I have that very A personality where I'm kind of like a bulldog. I don't let go. Okay, follow up on your leads, follow up, and stay top of mind. We're going to talk about how to do that. Any questions so far? Okay. So the big picture. This is the lead generation model that we have. Have you seen this before? You've seen this before, right? Okay. It's important for you guys to understand what you're learning and how it fits into the big picture. People think selling real estate is going out with everyone, getting a contract. But the primary focus for you guys on a daily basis should be lead generation. Okay, what do you think about what is lead generation to you? Okay. Does it make sense that the more you lead gen, the more business you're going to get? Right? Okay, yeah. Okay. And the more you prospect, the more you capture, then you get leads, and then you write a contract, and then after they go under contract, you cultivate them. Okay, and then you go to close, and that's how you make money. I don't want to go over the stuff that you've already done. So, any questions about this? Hi there, how are you? Great. Okay.
Sorry, I'm late.
No worries. All right, so let's skip this one. No worries. All right. Prospecting and marketing brings leads and contacts into your database. So lead generation, you're doing whatever you can to get it. And then as soon as you got somebody, it goes into your database. And once it's into the database, when they're ready, they will raise their hand and say, yeah, I got to buy. I mean, I want to buy or sell. They say that if you do online marketing, like I'm gonna show you what I've done later on, the lead time is about 7 months. So if they don't happen right away, it's okay. But we have some smart plans that you guys can use to get people on that, so it's automatic. And have you guys learned about smart plans? A little bit, okay. Your lead generation should never stop, okay? All right. Your lead generation should be purposeful and consistent. All right. First part of lead generation is prospecting and marketing. And what's the difference between prospecting and marketing? Anybody know?
Prospecting is you're hitting a certain category of a client or a person.
Say that again.
Like you're attacking a certain area, like you only want this age bracket or this type of person. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, well, so what's the difference between prospecting and marketing?
Prospecting is high rejection and marketing is low rejection.
Well, that's kind of true. Okay. So Melanie, you're real good about prospecting. Okay.
I am?
Yeah, you are. Prospecting is you're doing stuff to get the lead today. Marketing is you're doing newsletters, you're farming a neighborhood. But prospecting is you like to do what? Open house. Huh?
I just talked it.
You talk to people.
I talked to everybody.
Wherever I am,
I told you.
my family teases me. I'm at the dog park and they're like, do you ever stop working?
Me
And I
too.
said, no.
No, you don't. You
I've
don't.
always done that.
So I think I think there's a page in there. We're gonna go to a video next. Go to page 5 in your guide, please. We're gonna take a look at that. Hey, how are you? 5. Oh, actually, I want you to go to page 6. Okay.
Which packet?
Spark 2, huh? Page 6. Okay. These are some of the ways that you can lead generate. Okay. Some of these cost money, some of them don't. Okay. Prospecting is very, very active, and you should be involved in prospecting. They say 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. You can call a for sale by owner. Do you call for sale by owners? Do you? You do. You don't.
I will bring a buyer to a good bow, and I'm getting a contract today on one.
Good for you. Well, in today's market, that's almost what we need to do. How successful are you at for sale by owner?
I haven't had any.
Okay, Carl, you all know Carl. He's
Yeah.
awesome at calling for sale by owners. And he has probably a constant 4 or 5 listings every month calling for sale by owners. You can call expired listings. You can call those that expire right away, but also there's a model out there that a lot of expires will sit on it for about 3 or 4 months. After about 4 months, they're thinking about putting it back out again. So you can actually go into the MLS, look for those that are about 4 months or older and start calling them. Hey, we noticed that you tried selling your home. The market's crazy right now. I'm a little bit different. You want to talk to me? Okay. Hey, how are you? You can call your database. Your database, there is a schedule out there called D2D something. Anybody know what it is? Anyhow.
Database too, right?
Database, right, and we'll go into my database and I'll show you, I've actually tagged people by last name so that I know that I can contact them every week, or every month, every week, I have a last name that I call or tag or whatever, okay? The whole thing is staying top of mind, guys. Let me ask you a question. Name me 5 potato chip companies. Go.
Lay's, Tom's,
Aw.
I don't think potato chips.
Okay, tell me 5 different ice cream companies. Come on, come on,
Bears.
Come on.
Friars,
come on,
Purity,
okay,
Ben and Jerry's.
okay. What they say is a typical person, and these guys market all the time. Pringles, right? Lay's, Ruffles, Browns, right? All these things, they market all the time. But they say that the average person knows 1 or 2 deep. So your job is to stay top of mind. Because the last thing you want to do is to have a friend of yours put a home on the market and you go, what happened? And they're like, oh, I forgot. Because they don't do, that's marketing. I'm also going to tell you something else. They did a study, a farming study where, you know what farming is, right? You find a neighborhood that perhaps is not inundated with the same person. Right now, I've got 40% of all listings on my phase in my neighborhood. There's a freaking for sale by owner and they're pissed. Anyhow.
Have you called him? Did you say
Came up,
yet?
it came up this morning. so,
Okay.
But anyhow, I would not recommend you farming where I focus. Now, the other part of my neighborhood is like 2,000 people. I only focus on 700 because I just can't do any more than that. There was a study where somebody went out, fictitious person. They did farming for the first 2 months, every 2 weeks. Then the next 3 months, once a month for 6 months. And then when they contacted people in that neighborhood, they said, who is your local realtor? And 60% of the people said that fictitious person. But
When you
they've
say you
never
did-
seen.
Did farming, you mean marketing for
Yep.
that farm? Is that what
Yep.
you're-
Yep. Somewhere where perhaps there was not anyone else there. So that's all they got. They never saw a sign in the yard, but they got these things in the mail. Now, I'll tell you what, I spend about $4 grand a month on marketing, my farming. But I've had this past year, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 sell in an average of 350, so 4,000, I made 21 on that neighborhood. It's worth it. But farming takes some time to do. And I'll show you some examples, some of the postcards I do. You can, I brought them for you guys to look at. These are some of the postcards I send out every week, every month like clockwork. Okay.
I just did one in the neighborhood for my listing, and I was pretty excited about being
I thought it was great.
able to do one.
Excellent, excellent.
Very impressive.
Oh, I was looking at. He stole it. Oh, no, it's over here. So you guys, just because something doesn't work in the beginning, doesn't mean it's bad. You gotta do things, well, with farming, they say it takes about 1.5 years for me when I did it. And there's a ton of realtors that are in my neighborhood. I'm in Water's Edge. Okay, there's probably about 20 realtors that live in that Water's Edge. And there's probably 6 realtors that farm my neighborhood. It took me 8 months. But once I got one, I just stayed in there, focus on that neighborhood, find someone, anyone in our office that should happen to have a home for sale, get your own for sale by owner, open house signs. It's free marketing. Get your name on there. your picture on there. You want to plaster it everywhere. It's free marketing. Okay, all right. Call your past clients. Geographic farm area. Another way you can do is if you live in an apartment complex, or if you know an apartment complex that you want to focus on, you can start sending stuff to them. Did you know with interest rates today, you can afford, if you make this much, you can afford this. Just pound it, pound it. Do first-time home buyer seminars. Okay, these are all different ways that you can find prospects. Call up a apartment complex. They have to do seminars. They have to do seminars.
They're going to do seminars about buying a home.
Mhm. They have to do seminars. So a lot of times, well, I think some of them, when they have government helping them or something, they do have to provide it. Not all of them have to provide it. But if you get 6 people in, guess what? They're interested in buying a home. You get their name, you get their number before they sit down. Oh, thanks for, you gotta register. Here you go. And then you bring in maybe somebody from a mortgage company to help them understand the mortgage, help them with the buying process, help them understand all this stuff, okay? And then afterwards you say, I'm so glad you're here. When are you thinking about buying a home? You don't say, are you thinking? You say, when? Your language makes a difference. When you go to a seller, you say, when you list with me, not if you're going to list with me, you just assume they're going to do it. So anyhow, that's a prospecting thing. Corporations, I really don't know too much about that, but I do know that some people have a lot of people coming in. Back in Texas, we had a couple corporations where they were recruiting people, bringing them in, and when they did, they flipped them over to my team. And then we took them around and whatever. I don't know if they really do that around here or not, but it's a thing. Your builders, whenever somebody goes into a new building, a new builder, they're a prospect, they're looking to buy. Sometimes those people will let you sit in and be the agent on site. You can then take those names and numbers and follow up with them. And you can tell them, hey, I'm showing this for you. Do you like it? Da, 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 da. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's not for me. That's okay. I'm a general agent. I'm not tied to this builder. I'm just kind of filling in.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm just filling in today. Are you working with a realtor? Yes. Oh, well, why aren't they with you today? Do you have a signed contract? No. Good. Because you need someone like me. You need someone like me. You need to foster it. Go to a new builder, find out if they do allow you to surrogate and come in, when they do. Bring them coffee once a week, bring them donuts, bring them stuff, foster that relationship, and maybe down the line, you can start doing this. These are just ideas, guys. Okay, does it all make sense? Do you like any so far?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about banks. I don't know about third-party investors. I have an investor that's bought 5 condos last year.
How do you get them?
It's a friend. It's just a friend.
You gotta be rich, in other words.
You gotta be rich.
Well, no, one way to get them is to call for sale by owners. And you'll find that about 1 out of 5 of those are investor types. And the second question is, what do you buy?
Excellent.
What's the last thing you bought and what's the next thing you're planning on
I
buying?
love that.
It works like a charm.
I love
talked to my
that.
dry cleaner, and I found out that she is an investor. She's a real, just by talking to my dry cleaning lady.
I'm telling you guys, here's something. Go out to a restaurant. Go out to a restaurant. Okay. And then say, hey, can I talk to your manager? And they're like, oh crap,
This is-
right?
yeah.
Have you heard this one?
Mm.
No, I haven't, but I think I know where you're going.
And the manager comes in and say, man, I gotta tell you, the customer service, your guy was so awesome. They were so good. And you know what? A lot of our waiters and waitresses don't think that they can buy a home, and I'm a realtor, and I love working with first-time home buyers. You obviously care about customer service. I like what you do. I do too. Can I do a home buying seminar for your people and hopefully get them into the wealth building thing? You'll be surprised. You'd be surprised. If they say no, who cares? But if they say yes, look at what's happening, right? Okay, door-to-door canvassing. Whenever I do an open house, I like to go knocking door by door. And what I do is I have an MLS sheet of the home that I'm going to be doing an open house. And then I also have a list of all the homes that have sold. And I knock on the door and I do something like this. And this is before COVID, by the way. I don't do it since COVID, but this is what I did. Somebody's going to role play with me. Who are we doing? Who's the homeowner?
Can I be a tough one?
No.
Whatever you want.
Sorry, not interested.
Oh, that's okay. Hey,
Okay.
if you're not interested, I'm walking. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Hello, yes.
Hey, how are you? Hey,
I'm okay.
no worries. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be doing an open house down the street, and so, we're gonna have it open probably Saturday from 1 to 4. And I'm only letting you know because a lot of times neighbors know friends that are looking for homes in the area. And I'd love for you to come and take a look at it. If you know of anyone that's looking to come in here, I'm personally inviting you, and would love for you to come by. Let me ask you, what do you like about this neighborhood?
Okay. I like that everybody leaves everybody else alone.
So it's pretty private.
It's private, yes.
Oh, wonderful. So do you know your neighbors?
Not really.
So is it not a friendly neighborhood, or is
No,
it?
I guess they're friendly enough, like when I walk my dog, you know, that we say, we kind of wave and then keep going. And I will say, I don't know anybody who would want, you know, who is thinking about moving, but I am curious to know about that house. So which one is it?
It's 2 doors down on the right. It's Sally's home.
Oh,
Have you ever been in it?
no, I haven't.
Oh, well, would you like to come on Saturday?
I'll think about it. What time?
Sure, from 1 to 3.
Okay.
Usually people come in the beginning or they come in the end. So if you wanted to come in, you know, in between, I'll probably have a little more time. Why are you curious about that home?
I just want to see what other people are doing since I don't get into other people's houses. I give some decoration and I'm just curious.
Have you ever thought?
Basically a nosy neighbor.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about selling?
Not recently. I got kids in school still. and I like
Okay,
my
great.
school.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask you your name so that I know who you are when you come?
Yeah, I might, but I'll see you on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Okay. So a lot of times they'll say, oh no, my name's so-and-so. You guys, you're having a conversation. The more you talk, the more you're connecting with the person. The more they talk, the more they're connecting with you. So what I'll do is I'll leave that person. All right, she just told me her name's Jane. So I'll be Jane, house number 42 on this street. Then I'll go over to Volusia County tax records. I'll look up who owns the home, if she gave me the right name or not.
Yeah.
And then I will send her a thank you note. Hey, thanks for the time. Okay,
That's a great idea.
thanks.
Sure
for-
is.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people, actually, I've only had 2, but they were like, hey, you came, knocked on my door probably about 3 years ago, and you actually sent me a card, a thank you card, and I always put my business card in there. And they said, I was so impressed, but we're thinking about selling. 3 years later, 2 years later, it's crazy, okay? Door-to-door canvassing works. Client parties, okay. I started doing this last year. Actually, yeah, last year before COVID. Whenever a buyer bought a home, what I said to the buyer is, you know, let's have a housewarming party and let's invite the neighbors so you can get to know them, and let's invite maybe 10 or 15 of your best friends. I'll send out an invitation. It'll probably be about 2 months after you move in. So you don't have to worry you're in, but let's get your neighbors together. Let's get your friends together. I know your neighbors, but I don't have your friends. Can you give me a list of them and I'll send them out and then I'll follow up, okay? And I'll provide the food. If you want alcohol, you provide the alcohol. Because I'm not gonna. It's amazing how many people, okay? And then I go to Blue Ocean Title, I go to my lender of choice, I go to some of my vendors and I say, I'm having a client appreciation party. Can you put together a basket for me? And they'll do a basket. And then I will also have a drawing. Now I have their name, I have their address, their address. I also have their email because the friend who bought the home provided the email for them for me, because I'm going to follow up. Okay, but I don't have their phone number. So I'll say, all I need is your name and your phone number, because if you leave, I can call you. Guess what I'm doing? I'm building my database. Okay, I send out also newsletters every month. I'll share with you. Okay, now I'm throwing all kinds of lead gen stuff at you guys. Do no more than 3. Because you just do no more than 3. Get really good at 3. And then you can do 4. Get really good at doing 4 and then do 5. But really, you don't need to do more than 3. I do 3. I do open houses, which has fallen off. So now I do online lead gen. I do parties and I font and I do a newsletter. The other thing I did is I would have right before Thanksgiving, and I did this last year, no, not last year, the Thanksgiving before, and I had a pie giveaway. So I went to Costco and I bought pumpkin pie and apple pie, and I invited all my past clients and all my vendors for a party. And we're from Texas, so we've got pulled pork, we've got brisket, we've got this, we've got that, and I've got my bar going. These are people that are now my friends, because I check in on my past clients. They're now my friends. And I say, hey, I'm having a client appreciation party. And then I have maybe my assistant, because I did hire an assistant, because I also do ministry at my church. And I have an office at the church, okay? I just don't have the time to do everything. So she does a lot of my now marketing and stuff, but I did it all until about a year ago. So anyhow, I send out an email saying, hey, I'm having a client appreciation party. Now, my very first one I did, I had 4 clients. So I called my mom and I called like 5 of my mom's friends who love me. And I called my vendors and everyone else, and it got packed with people that love me. And these 5 clients were like, wow. And your vendors are there and you're like, hey guys, it takes a team. This is my mortgage company. And thank God they helped you and you. And then Blue Ocean Title, thank you. And at Keller Williams, we help each other out. Melanie's my girl when I go out of town. And so Lisa Chapman, remember Melanie? She opened the door when my daughter got married and I couldn't be here. And then all of a sudden they're like, wow, I've got a team. And they're really impressed because remember, perception's more real than reality, right? Okay, that's what I do. Go ahead.
Quick question. So for those of us who really want to lead with revenue, in other words, like not invest the money till they have it,
Yep.
some of this marketing stuff, what would you suggest would be the best way to start, like the cheapest way? to
Open
start?
houses.
Well, I
Great
did
question.
that, but we're not doing those anymore.
Open houses.
For sale by owners.
Call for sale by owners
Okay.
expires. Call your friends. If you guys are involved, okay. So when I first came here, I didn't know anyone. So my church, I didn't tell anyone at church that I was in real estate for a year. And after a year, I asked my priest, I said, look, Father, do you mind if I tell people I'm in real estate? I'd love to, whatever. He goes, absolutely. So I advertised in the bulletin and I ran the Bible study. There's about 50 people in my Bible study, my RCIA program. And I did a lot of large group Seminars. I used to have like 800 people at my seminars back in the Diocese of Austin. Here was just my church. I had about 100 people. Somewhere along the line, when I'm telling them a story, I'm going to tell them I sell real estate. As soon as I let them know, guess what? Okay. I play golf every Wednesday for the, I like to play golf. Okay. But it's part of my lead gen. I've been doing it now for a year. And 3 months ago, one of the girls there said, hey, I got a friend that's going to be retiring at the end of the school year this year. Do you mind talking to her? Of course. I also do what is called a pop buy, where I put together like in the spring last year, I haven't done a pop buy in almost a year, but spring last year, I bought little tiny plastic containers, dirt, and seeds. And I said, spring is coming. I don't know, some cute little thing. And I drop it over, you know, we packaged it and I dropped it off. Took 3 days.
And this is to like knocking on doors, so this is to strangers?
Yeah, no, these are my past clients, my friends.
Reminders of what you're.
This is to keep top of mind.
Okay, so it's not necessarily lead gen for new gen. I mean, it is for referrals, but it's not necessarily for new.
So-
Right?
So, right, and if you ever notice, they ask, where'd you get your buyers from? Where'd you get your listing from? 80% of them come from where?
Here.
Sphere. And it's crazy because I really was doing strangers for the longest time. And then Mike Williams came down here and he said that they did a study of all the new business that people had up in Jacksonville, or maybe St. Augustine, 80% came from Sphere. So I started focusing on my Sphere. Okay,
People like who they know.
absolutely.
Or, you know, or again, it's a referral out, like even if, you know what I mean, it's like, well, this lady's in my church, I love her, blah, 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 she does a great job, she'll take good care of you.
Right.
Here, call her.
Right.
Can I share one that I heard listening to Pivot? So on Pivot, they were suggesting go to the MLS, go to the sold, find one that was like 5 years anniversary. Call them and check in, hey, it's been 5 years since you got home, there's been a lot going on with the pandemic and everything. Where do you stand on, you know, have there been any life changes, you know, and just kind of do a happy anniversary /
Happy house anniversary.
yeah, happy house anniversary, has anything changed in your life?
Wow. Wow, MLS mining, huh? These are good, cheap ways to lead gen. Thank you so much.
Anyhow, when I first started in the business, I didn't spend money. And honestly, I didn't start farming until my second sale. And because then I have money. I have a business account and I have a personal account. My business account, I always keep $10,000 in there. Always. So if I, you know, let's say I've got 22,000, I'll pay myself, right? And then I'll take some out for taxes, right? I put the tax separate in the tax account. But I always keep 10,000 because there's going to be months where I don't close anything, but I'm still going to want to market. And you know, one time I got down to like 4 and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But you just keep going. When you get afraid, plow through it. But what is the thing that they say? This guy saw an advertisement in the classified ads for a business. So he bought it, right? He started doing the business and he didn't advertise. You guys, this is a business you own. You're business owners. He didn't advertise and he wasn't making money. So he figured he'd sell it. So what'd he do? He advertised to sell it. You're not in business if you don't advertise, if you don't get out there. You got to do it. I'm sorry. Okay. But there are ways to do it without spending money.
Or much.
Or much money. Okay. And you got to find what works for you. If you're involved with any kind of group, they'll all ask you, how's the business? Oh man, it is absolutely rocking right now. But you know what? Here's the thing. I only work with 3 buyers at a time because that's how much I care for my buyers. They all went under contract 3 months or 3 weeks ago. I'm looking for new buyers. Do you know anyone? Please think of me. Please think of me. And you can do it without being obnoxious, okay? Call your sphere. I got it. Somebody text Vincent.
To fix the computer. I do that all the time. Is that what you need, Cheryl?
Yeah, ask him to come here, please.
Sure.
Hold on. Okay.
Help. Oh my gosh, that's what I wrote. I said, help, Sherie needs you.
All right. Of what I've told you, what do you like? If you were to pick 3, what 3 do you like?
For several hours,
What else?
expired,
What else?
make it happen.
Kathy?
Open houses. I like the client parties, you know, how many clients. but-
You will, you will,
And the groups, joining a group and.
absolutely. Do something you love to do.
Right.
How about you?
I thought the postcards was an incredibly good idea. And I like the FISBOs and the expireds. I think FISBOs, I think you can get talked to pretty nasty. That one takes, I think, a little bit of nerve.
It
You
does.
got, you gotta be tough stuff, talk to some of those, but I think it's just learning how to do it and, you know, put on your big girl panties and do it, right? So but I'm with him, I like the.
Ron gave me the best advice. The worst that they can say is no, thank you, and you move on to the next one and build up courage as you go. So I have a problem pulling people with that.
Well, remember, success is only bred from failure, so.
So there was
That's right.
definitely that.
How about you?
I like the client parties and the apartment things. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
I was just up in New Jersey for 2 weeks, plowing snow, and handing out business cards like
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
The lady at Wegmans, I said, "You sick of the snow yet?" I gave her my card. She's like, "Yeah, I really am."
There you go.
And it was unbelievable, guys. I was plowing snow with. I said, "As soon as you retire."
Or now, for when you retire.
How about you? Dolan.
I like door to door. I'm saying that was a good one. Postcards and
FISBOs. Cool.
Yeah. 4, apologize.
Yeah.
What?
I said I apologize. I came
He
in.
wasn't-
Oh,
last
okay.
second.
What's yours?
I love, okay, I have developed some relationships with some new build, realtors. I love the idea of asking them if I can come in and join them and be the side realtor, because I mean, I have a nice relationship with them. I keep bringing them people.
Do it.
Yeah, I love that idea. Thank you. And I like what Kat said about MLS mining, because that's new and less chance of rejection. Okay. I'm still a big baby. I'm sorry. All right. And then a new home buyer seminar. So if anybody wants, maybe we can do something together.
I'll do new home
I
buyers.
would love to, because I'm good
I've
at
got
it.
a-
and-
I've
but I
got
don't
a
wanna do all.
program.
All right, let's
Yeah,
work something out.
We can always work it out.
Okay.
How about you?
Thank you.
What did you like?
Yeah, I have the seminars, I've done the postcards and open houses as well.
Good. All right. So marketing versus prospecting. Marketing is money intensive. It's very passive. I wait until the phone rings. I send out those postcards. I wait until the phone rings. And long-term results. Now, if you're going to farm, what I found, I farm 2 different sections in my area, 700 homes, but I really focus on 400. I have a business card where on the back is like a discount card, and I knock on their door once a year. Hey, it's me again. I give this out every year. It's a discount card. Last year's expired or maybe a new one, blah, 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 blah. If they're not there, I have like a handwritten note that's not handwritten. I just have a really good copier and I tape it and I mail it out. Sorry, I missed you when I walked around this year. I tried last year, right before Halloween, I gave out lanyards for glow sticks to keep the kids safe. And I didn't knock on doors. I just put it there with my card that said, keeping the kids safe, your neighborhood realtor with my name and number on their front door. Yep. And I gave them 2 each. You can buy packets of 3 for $1. What a cheap, easy way to go out. So I really focus on farming them. And that's where I've gotten all my business. The area that I haven't done this extra step of just farming, I've only gotten 1 listing. Does that all make sense? Okay. Prospecting is time intensive, very proactive, and you get immediate results. Okay, let's go to my database. I'm going to show you my database, okay? Okay, tell them help,
Oh, okay.
because I'm going to go into command.
I got that. What's that? Yeah, I was just gonna say that. You might wanna get some-
Is he coming?
Yeah, he will. Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm throwing a lot of crap at you guys. I hope it's okay. I want to go into command, but it's not coming up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now realize, I have, go ahead, tell me how to do it.
All right, so let's go back to that presentation, which is up here. And we're gonna do end slideshow. So now we're back to your home screen.
Oh, okay, good. All
You're
right.
good.
So this is command, you guys, and I'm going to show you what my database looks like, okay? All right. So in my database, I am using command as a customer, as a CRM. I will put notes up here that I need to contact these people. For example, Levi Thompson, he liked one of my listings about a month ago. He actually looked at it. It wasn't for him, but he comes up every weekend. So I called him to say, hey, there's these 3 homes that fit your criteria. You want to look at it. So I put it in there. Follow up. Barbara, I don't know who she is. January Doe, that's a bad one. Okay, but Lisa Triplett, she is one of the things. But let's look at my people, okay? Let's look at my people. Contacts. All right. When you have someone, like, let's look at Aaron right here. Aaron, he also owns a tree trimming business, so I just talked to him recently, but I met him at an open house. He's a buyer, buyer's here, but he's a B because he's a long-term nurture, okay? And I don't even know if I have him on a smart plan. Oh, yeah. See, I have him, I send him a smart plan, which is a bi-weekly neighborhood update so he can see. So you're going to say to me, well, Sherie, how do you do that? I'm actually going to show you how to do it. But more importantly, if we go back here, notice here, see this CA? That is AJ, I do first name, A. If I have my list of people that I'm supposed to call, and I wish I printed out the D2,
We got
whatever.
it last.
You
but
got
yeah.
it? Okay. So I tag all my people, P&L, D&O. Okay. So let's say I want to search for anyone that's, what's a popular letter? D.
S.
S, okay. Well, I did D, so here we are. Or let me do P and L. P and L. Why didn't that come up? Filter.
Now, what is that tab? That C, what is that?
Okay, so hold on. I've tagged everyone according to that call, nurture call.
Do the database to the list of the initials that you call each day for prospecting. Remember, Lisa, we asked Vincent to print that out for us like 2 sessions ago. We can get you another one, but basically, basically it's a call log. Who to call,
Actually,
you know, each
Okay.
day.
C&A is client appreciation. I have a
Okay.
list for my client appreciation. So when I do my parties and stuff, I just filter them and they come out.
Oh, yeah, so
But-
she's got other tags.
I've got other tags.
Yeah.
Where I got people from. So let's do F and G, okay? F and G.
But she's got lots
Apply.
of other tags too.
Okay.
So these are all the people that are F and G, Griffin, Frank, Gray. I just go down and I call them. I already have them here. So then I know that I am on track and I just, hey, and here's the thing, guys. You call them, you don't talk real estate. They're gonna talk real estate to you. So let's go CC. Hey, CC, it's Sherie. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm really great. I understand. No, also, you guys, one of the other things that I've done is I've gone in and I found their Facebook link and I've linked their Facebook page to their profile. So I might go in ahead of time and look at their Facebook page and I'll say, hey, I saw that your son's birthday was the other day. You had a virtual thing and you did, how was that? Okay, call. I had someone do a nurture call to me and it wasn't, hi Sherie, how you doing? I'm just checking in on you. She did the, Sherie, how you doing? Guess which one I responded to better? Okay, let me see something.
That's awesome, Jerry.
Yeah, so, I mean, it takes a lot of work to do this, but once you're done, you should be golden.
Jerry, can I ask you an honest question?
Yes.
I'm also really lazy about setting this stuff up in Command. I have my database in there, but I have nothing attached to anything. If we're organized, did you personally do it or did you have your assistant do
I
it?
did it. I did it for the longest
And
time.
that was my next question. How long did it take?
Well, you know, you're
You have
gonna,
a huge database, so I know that.
oh, no, I think I've got 500 and some, I think I have 500 people. And a lot of these people that are in here are leads from, some campaigns that I've been doing online. So, a lot of these I've done myself.
Is it time intensive or?
It is,
Okay,
but,
but then you have it all set.
right. Okay, now I want to show you guys something. This I don't do. This is what my assistant does. She's gone in and she had, these are all templates that are here for y'all to do. Let's see, social. She's gone in here, I've got over like 85 pages of stuff, and she'll go in and do this, and she does my Facebook stuff. She does my database management. I just don't do it. She doesn't do contract to close, she just does my database management. But she'll do all of this for me. Now, I will show you, let's go to Facebook. I have a business account and I have a personal account. They say on your personal account, you should only have about 20% business, 80% personal. And, you know, before I moved here, I was not a Facebook person at all, but I wanted to be known as Sherie the Realtor. So my business, how do I get to
Go to the poll. On the side, click on the.
Don't wanna jump up.
Sharon.
Oh.
You wanna go to your business one?
Yeah.
Click on it.
Right here, right here.
All the way, no.
Okay.
Oh.
Sherry the Realtor, this is my business page. And Tammy does it all the time, okay? I don't even
Get
look
people
anymore.
to go look at that though.
You
and people
invited
to- I've invited them. I have everyone invited. Nobody looks.
But you know what? Let's say, okay, let's say I want, this is on my business page. Most of my friends are on my personal.
Right.
So I will share this to my page. Share now on my newsfeed. And it just keeps top of mind.
Yeah, but like you said, it should only be 20% business and
Yeah.
my whole life, I mean, 100% of my life is business now.
Yeah, but you know
So-
what? I took a picture of a rainbow last night. I should post that. I take pictures of my dog. I take pictures of what, I paste the most ridiculous things. And then you're supposed to keep, the algorithm is supposed to be such that you're supposed to respond to people because then you'll be more so. So Facebook is a really great resource. Now, I will show you, let's go back to command. There's something called, there's campaigns that you can do. And I just did a couple campaigns, paid ads. I spent $30 an ad. And I just recently did this one to attract buyers. Look at, I did it for 9 days. I spent $14. You see here? I've spent so far $14. I've had 808 impressions. In other words, 808 people have had their eyes on it. I've had 116 clicks. I got 18 leads.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to come up here, and I left these this morning because, see this? That's my lead. And how many do I have? I have 3. So you know what I do?
What are they, names and,
I'm going to show you. Okay, it's now in my thing. Okay, here it is. Mark, here she is. So there are different smart plans that you can do. Now, I don't know how to send a text message through command, and I know you can do it, but because I'm an idiot and I haven't figured it out yet, I will simply,
I think there's a thing that's called Twilio or something.
I think, yeah. So what I'll do,
We have to pay. for
now
it.
I have 2 numbers on my phone. I have my 512 Texas number, and through GoDaddy, I have a 386 number. All my business goes to the 386 number. So I know, and it costs me $4 a month to have
did you say GoDaddy?
GoDaddy. And they all come to this same phone. But what I'll do, okay, is I have something, so I'll just copy it, copy. And then I'll go 386 428 8888. And I'll paste. And it says this. Hi, Nina. And
Now, who is Nina?
this is this person.
But I mean, why is she there?
So what I did is I set up a campaign through command that goes on to Facebook.
It's an app.
That says what?
That says, hey, I've got this, I'll see
Can
if I
you show
can
it
go
to
back.
us? Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't need another particular one, just,
It's a lead you just got, like
So
today.
they pretty much click on something, and that's something that they click on leads them to something that they put in their information that gets fed
Yeah.
back to command for her to have that information. or
Let's
leave it.
see if I can,
So what does it, yeah, what does it look like?
let me see if I
Like, what
can.
do they see?
Let me
that
see.
they're-
Let me
Yeah,
see.
click it on.
Shoot.
is Nina expecting to hear from you?
Nope.
So why did she click on whatever it is that brought her name onto that screen?
Okay,
Because this ad attracted them.
this ad, this is something, and I'm gonna ask Vincent to go through how to do campaign ads for you. This is, I'm not gonna show you the
He
nitty
just did
gritty.
one.
Yeah, he does classes and they're videoed, so you can get them.
So-
Just ask him.
So what I've done is there's a way to set up a campaign that uses Facebook, and what I do is I have this home and it says, want to learn more, click here. And when they click there, they then register to see everything.
And you've got their email address?
So
They have to
this
put
is
their
what
email
I get,
addresses.
and this is why I left this for you. This is what I get, Nina Luce. So what I do, and it's a bad number. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll say bad number. Okay,
Why would Nina give you a bad number?
she don't want me to call her.
I guess what I don't understand, Nina saw an ad that says 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on the ocean for $100,000. That's why she put her information in there.
She might have her own.
Why would she not want you to call?
For whatever
Well,
reason.
she's just curious. She just wants to see what the house.
I'll put my husband's number in if I don't want somebody calling me.
So this is what I do, is I'm basically, this is taking the place of an open house for me. You know, in an open house, people be like, I don't want to leave your number. She didn't want to leave me a number.
That's right.
Okay,
She was seeing if you could get the information without it, bypass without.
so I send this text. Hi Nina, thanks for inquiring about my listing at 1600 Big Tree. The home is only 110. With a lot of new systems replaced. Do you have any additional questions or would you like to see it? That's what it is. I send that out and immediately I then go here to a smart plan. And I'm going to add a smart plan to this person, and I've got all different ones, and I'm going to show you some of these. But for me, I developed this campaign lead follow-up. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's going to start now. All of a sudden, she's going to get it. So the first email that she gets says, thank you for inquiring about my listing. If you have any question, I'm happy to help. In today's market, it's really important to have a full-time professional on your side. I would love to help you. Call me at my number and let's set up a time to meet and discuss your housing needs, or email me back and we will get started. Then I delay one day. It's automatic. And then it sends out another email and it says, hi, are you still looking for a home? And I wrote this one. This is not one that's automatically. In today's market, it's really important to have a full-time professional on your side. I would like to help you. Call me at this or email and I'll get back to you. We'll get started. And then it says delay, and then it says a phone call. So if you go back to my,
So how would you know it's phone call? Is it remind you?
it'll remind me, okay? And then I come home, if you go back, see these tasks?
Yeah.
There's people here, I don't know who they are, so I've got to look it up and I'll be like, oh, okay. They're a lead from this campaign I did. But as far as doing campaigns and stuff, Vincent told me, he said, Sherie, don't even try to teach him how to do that. He will teach you how to do it. But you guys, and my problem is once this lead follow-up is done, I don't have anything afterwards to keep me top of mind with them. So I've got to develop that. But this, you guys, you saw this morning, some of you that were here, I've got a lead from this, and they're coming in tomorrow to look at this house. So it works.
Now, they answered an ad, this person you have the appointment, that you made the appointment with this morning?
So, okay, let's go on Facebook for a second, right? And I'm gonna go to mine.
Listen, Sherie.
Huh.
This I can explain to him. These ads from command, when you do them, when they go to the Facebook, so they're linked to Facebook, right? So when people look at them on the Facebook, you have 3 steps. Some people, they're gonna just scroll down. Those are the impressions. Some people will click on them to look, but there is limited information. And then when you're setting up the ad on command, you get to a part where you have questions like, hi, how can I help you? Enter your email, things like that. So the third step, like if someone is really interested, like Nina went beyond like just clicking on the ad or on the pictures. Now she want to know more. In order for her to know more and link her to the site, Sherry's site, she had to enter her email, her phone number. That's how she can get her the real lead. You see what I mean?
So some people will give you a good email, but a bad phone number?
Or,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
that,
It's up to
so,
them.
I've had stuff like, nope, not ever @gmail.com.
Well, why would they do that?
It
Because
doesn't
I
matter.
don't want
You know
to
what?
harass them.
You know what? We're being focused on them. I don't care about them. They didn't do it. Move on. But this is see how this thing says sponsored right here? This is something that has come out from somebody else. They know that I'm interested in doing a scrapbook from 2020. Okay, it says learn now. I'm gonna click that and I'll automatically get filtered into a database, okay? And then they can follow up with me. It's a way to capture people. The reason why they do it, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
But I mean, my point is like, if you put your thing there, you're interested in that.
But regardless,
So they want to look, they're like when people
They
come to an
just wanna
open
look at
house,
it.
you know, you do an open house or something, and they come in, they just want to look, they're just being
Sometimes you have
nosy.
to fill out information in order to keep going, so they may just fill out
Anything.
blanket information.
okay, here you
just
go.
to get
Yeah.
Here's
started.
one, okay?
Yeah.
Looking to create wealth through real estate, all you need are some strategies. Here we go. Before, after, register today. I'm gonna click that. I'm interested in it. So I have a phantom Facebook page with a bad email, a bad phone number. I'm gonna go through that and click on with that because I'm just interested, but I don't want them to call me. It happens. So what? It happens. But what I'm saying is, we have these tools in place to lead gen, and it works. They say if you do lead gen through internet, 1 out of 300 might come to fruition. 1 out of 300. That's horrible. My open house is so much better. Now, did you guys get any, in my open houses, I have this sheet for people. And you can pass that around. It's just something that they can have to look at it. Now, the other thing is I have this, and this is a black and white, and I do it on heavy paper, and I have a perforation wheel. All right, where'd I get the perforation wheel? If you go to Joanne Fabrics or something, you go to the embroidery section, they have an embroidery wheel, and it'll cut it. So it's color. This is my bio. At an open house, I asked them to fill this out. I rip this off, give them my bio. On the back, I take all the notes I can, and I follow up with them. Okay. And apparently there is a thing in Command where you can do an open house registration. So as soon as they come in, you say, please sign in. Sellers want to know it's COVID time. You can't come in if you don't sign in. Okay. Remember, guys, this is your business. You don't have to work with jerks. You don't have to work with jerks. And I have fired buyers and I have fired sellers. Okay. Your database. We started going through the database. Do you have this page 7?
In Spark what?
We're still on the same Spark 2. Page 7. Use touch campaigns to stay top of mind with your database. Top of mind, top of mind, top of mind, top of mind. That's really all you want, okay? Your leads are captured prospects that are people who have the right to at least have a one-way conversation with, like that person. It's a one-way conversation. Hey, you asked me about my thing. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. It's a one-way conversation. When they come back to me, like that one this morning, yeah, I want to see the house. Okay, now they're a contact. But on the leads, they say make a quarterly phone call, monthly send an email, newsletter, market report, video. And try to touch with them. And then your contacts are prospects are connected by commissioner because you know them, okay? Telephone call, newsletters, whatever, just stay top of mind and it'll happen.
And that's for the smart plan.
Okay. Page 8. How has your thinking changed with this session? Because we're about done. Anyone? Did I give you any ideas?
Yes, oh, yes, oh, yeah.
Or you guys, there's a lot of things you can do. Focus on 2 or 3. You guys are learning. But if you focus on 2 or 3 that fit your personality, I'm an incredibly social person. I'm gonna do open houses. I'm gonna have parties. I'm gonna call my friends. That's who I am. Okay. So it works for me. What works for me may not work for you, Cece. It may not work for you, Ron. Just may not. But find 2 or 3 and do it well. Okay. And don't be afraid. Okay. You know what I want you all to do? I want you to, have you already called some of your friends in this group? Have you called friends and told them you're in real estate? Do all your friends know you're in real estate? Have you called them from this class?
What do you need?
You haven't called them? You haven't done any phone calls in this class?
There really hasn't been time. It's reduced. Ignite is down to 4 sessions now and it's been reduced, but they, we've done some exercises.
Okay.
We've been running over just in the time that we've been.
Yeah. It's been
Great.
great.
I think we're supposed to take like a 15-minute break before we go into the next session. So let's take a 15-minute. Any questions? Let's answer any questions about lead gen. Any questions?
Where is farming your real source of success? What's your greatest source of success with lead gen?
You personally.
Yeah, you personally.
Open houses.
Yeah, mine too, and that's why I'm starting over.
Okay, so it's shifting. I will tell you that. My first year in real estate here, because no one knew me, was open houses.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. when you're down here.
I'm shifting to now, so is buyers, right? I was 70-30 buyers, sellers. I'm now 60-40 sellers versus buyers. So it's shifting now to sellers,
Okay, and what's your greatest source of success for that?
farming and newsletters, and my sphere.
Being
My
a farmer,
sphere.
you said. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Do you farm in the area you live? or do you-
Yes, I do.
But it's okay to farm area you don't live.
So I think the real question is, what would be a good farming neighborhood? Okay, that's really your question. Number one
Yeah.
is find a neighborhood. Find a neighborhood. Come on. Find a neighborhood on the MLS. Okay, and see who sold in there the most. If 30% of the sales are the same exact agent, it's probably not a good neighborhood for you to farm. Okay. The other thing is, my neighborhood is already a move-up neighborhood. It's kind of like, it's not a first-time home buyer neighborhood. It's a mediocre neighborhood, and for my neighborhood, they might move to the Fly-In or Venetian Bay. Most of mine don't sell and then buy with me later. The best neighborhood to farm is your first-time home buyer neighbor, because they then are gonna sell and then buy with you to the next one. So let's go into a neighborhood real quick. What's your neighborhood?
My personal neighborhood, Fairway Estate.
Fairway
Oh,
Estate.
so you got Ed farming that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you know what, let's just kind of, let's do this exercise so you can see, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to find an open house. A good open house, okay? Closed in the last year subdivision is Fairway Estates. Fairway, is it, there's Fairway Estates.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the list. All right, and there are 31 in there. Do you see
Good
that?
Lord.
Um,
In what period of time?
30.
a year. So it's an active neighborhood. So somehow in here, you're gonna have to add the listing agent because, okay, and you're gonna kind of scroll down. So let me do this then. Let me go back to here. You're gonna have to set it up and I don't know how to set it up. Let's just look at the new listings.
What did you click on before?
I did
Just
a quick search.
Okay.
Okay, do you see how you have the listing number over here?
Mhm.
You're gonna have to add that to your thing. And you're gonna go, okay, there's Carol Nelson. This is just new listings right now. All right, there's Trish, there's Judy. There's
Turns blue.
Paul. There's Paul, there's John, there's a lot of different people here. It's a good neighborhood to do. But if you have 30% or more, mm-mm. Now,
Mhm.
how do you find a good place to go for an open house? What you do is you go into menu. This is the menu page. You go to office member or office listings. This is all the listings that we have in the area. Now, I was very purposeful on my open houses. It had to be over 300,000. And it had to be within 5 miles of my farm area. And then on top of that, it had to be on the market less than three weeks. Because if it was on the market more than that, and they've already had 4 open houses, it's hard then to get someone. So let's say, I'm gonna go on the map. And let's say, look at all, there's not a lot. This is the problem with the inventory today. Let's say you live over on ISB, International Speedway. That's where my parents are. Okay, this is probably LPGA. And you want to farm LPGA. You're gonna look it up and go, oh, wow, there's an $819,000 home. It is where is it? Yep, it's in Elp subdivision. It is an LPGA. That's where I want to farm. I'm gonna call this agent, Donna, and say, hey, Donna, you have a listing in LPGA and I would love to do an open
I
house.
actually called her on that.
Did she let you?
No, I forget why, it was something, but. she was
Okay.
interested on that one, but yeah.
And they may say no, because it might be their farm, but that's how you find it. I had a new agent, she was just doing, because we would have people say, hey, I've got a new listing, who wants to do an open house? And she was going all over the place. And I said to her, well, where do you live? And she said, I live beachside in this condo. And I said, well, if it were a perfect world, where would you sell? And she said, beachside. And I said, find the condos that are beachside. And I showed her how to do it. But those are my criteria. The other criteria I have is you can't make more than 5 turns within the neighborhood.
5 turns?
Yeah.
Oh, to get to the open.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have custom made signs. Now, mind you, I didn't do that until my 3rd year, okay? Because, it costs money, but you go to Super Cheap Signs, you buy 25 for $300 and it's free advertising. And if you're in your neighborhood and if you're in your farm neighborhood and you have those generic signs, you have just missed an opportunity to advertise your name. As a matter of fact, I was in my neighborhood, I had an open house and a new person was shadowing me and this couple came in and they go, "Hi, where's Sherie?" And they were one of my neighbors down the street, never met him before. "You're the girl. We saw your signs. We know you're the girl in this neighborhood. We want you to come to our house." "Oh, why? What's going on?" "Well, we're thinking about doing some stuff and we don't know if it's worth it." "Sure, not a problem."
First one is open house and you said cheap signs.
Super cheap signs.
That's the name of the store?
That's the name of the online store.
Oh, that name.
Super cheap signs.
Super cheap signs. You can do back and forth. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. I have my picture. I have an arrow. I have open house and I have my phone number. That's all.
No address.
No. Oh, and I have to have the Keller Williams logo on it.
Right. You do have arrows though.
Oh, yeah. I have my picture.
didn't
I
know
have
that.
my name. I have my phone number and I have an arrow, open house. That's it. And if I had a picture, I'd show you. Any questions? Any other questions? Do you think you can find one or two ways to lead you? I love open houses, you guys. I haven't done an open, Melanie, I know you're an open house gal. I haven't done an open house in probably 3 months and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Because things are selling so quick.
Yeah, there's that, and, people are, not as many people are coming, not as many people, just, they're just reluctant. And so, and that was the complete source of my business. I was very, well, by my standards.
You were.
I was very successful.
You
And
were.
then now I'm with zilch. I'm having to start over, which is why I'm here. I'm learning so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, I don't consider myself a rock scientist or anything else. I feel like I've been really, really fortunate. This month, I will, if everything closes, and I don't think one of them is, if everything closes, I'm gonna do almost 2 million this month. And I've never in my life would have ever dreamt that that would have happened. So anyhow, let's take a break. And we'll go into
You
selling.
deserve it.
Yes. You earn it though. You're purposeful with your, time and money, which is a big difference. Bang for the buck.
And I need to call an agent. Okay, so excuse me. This is the one that I'm afraid isn't gonna close, so. It will, it's just the timing on it. Hey, Cheryl, it's me. Okay. Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do they need to go in the house? Is my question. They do. Yeah, the filtration's outside. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, okay, all right.
Flew up, I drove up. drove
Okay.
back, I flew back.
Tomorrow morning I can go.
I almost
Today
went
I can
back
go.
yesterday.
Well, today I can go.
My buddy,
I can go today. I can go. I can go. Okay. Tomorrow morning though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Just let me know. Just let me know. Don't, just let me know. Okay, you bet. All right, bye-bye.
It's still like 12 inches yesterday. Well, they're gonna get 2 days.
Right.
Down, I mean, for $32. But the bag costs 40, like, it costs 32.
Oh, that was a great time to spot.
Wow.
I tell you why too, the prices, but also the airports are empty. Social distance on the plane, like, it is the perfect time.
There's 100 open seats on the plane. I went back and played across the bridge.
I know, my daughter's
So
down
how
here
are
from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Pam, how are you?
And I'll tell you that,
I'm good. Hey, the VA has asked for a water sample to be tested.
I'm staying at my mom's house.
Okay,
So what do you
It
do?
doesn't
You have
cost
a
me a
plus?
hotel. My buddy gives me his truck for however long.
That's
there he goes. Oh, because the time I was at, it cost me 300.
Right.
My wife's like, come on, you're spending 300 to make one. That doesn't make sense. So now.
So you have a plow attached to the truck,
Okay.
so you're
but
plowing.
listen,
I
we
use
called
that website,
16
and I
different
sold it
water
again.
companies.
And it
She's
was-
got one that may either come today or tomorrow morning.
He's got.
They will need to get tap water, so they have to go
He does
in
big
that
stuff.
house. They're gonna do a rush and they can get it in by Tuesday.
Yeah, this weather needs to get
Allow
on, because I've got
enough
two
time just to
referrals
go.
out that are
She's
semi-pending.
like that, okay?
People left that
So
for
my
Christmas.
question is.
No, I was gonna bring something up.
Well, they're in, one's in Missouri and one's in Arkansas, but it's just,
You know what to tell everybody, it's funny, but answer your phone.
Yeah.
I was on my way to
Oh.
work. I saw numbers downtown.
Oh, what are the hours for the estate sale? Hold on,
Robocalls, yeah.
wait a minute, I'm gonna write this down. Okay, so what are the hours that they're gonna be there?
And I knew they were selling. I went there. and bought some of that. In my car, very nice people.
Okay.
Because
Okay, so Pam, if in the event I cannot be there, can I give
well, you
them
may need to do
permission?
like
Can
what she
I,
says
do I have permission to give them the code
and get
so
a
they can go
separate
in and get a
number?
sample of the tap water?
And now obviously you'd have to rebrand as far as
Good.
your business.
All right,
cards,
then
and
I don't need to
still
worry at all.
answer for a while,
Awesome.
your other one.
Oh my gosh.
I can
Out
kick
there.
myself over that. Because
I
went
considered going over that and doing that, but I.
No, what's
we used to
happened
do
is
that
I'm
with
teaching
our
a class
other
today
business. We,
and
do you know what the
I've
other
got
ones
like
are?
3 minutes to
We
leave
used to
all this
have ice cream
class.
cart.
So that's
Oh,
where
okay.
this company from.
Yeah.
So,
So we had a different separate number.
all right. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. Okay, talk to you later. Thanks, Pam. All right, bye-bye.
I have 2 of them. Gotta be there, kids. There's a bank, a spectrum, a total.
Oh, it literally looks like a little ice cream. cone.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like where the
down there,
Planet
down there.
Fitness is. Yeah, I saw
Do
that.
you know Brandy and James?
Okay,
Their portfolio is
there is a company there right
We had
now
a scratcher.
doing an estate sale, preparing for an estate sale that is also coming on Saturday and Sunday. If in
No.
fact, if indeed, if
No,
they
no,
are
no,
not
no.
there, the seller has given
That's
me
great. I wish
permission,
we would
if
share
I
that,
can't
please.
meet
That's
them,
good.
to give you the code so
Sorry
they
you
can
lost
go
me,
ahead
though.
and get the sample. So I'm gonna give you the code. It's 0124.
Everybody say hi to Nicole.
Hi,
Nicole.
Nicole.
Miss you.
Yep. All right, perfect.
So what I do, and it kind of helps, I mean, I have. Basic tricks, but
That'd be great.
I've been.
Great, great, great. All right, okay, super duper. Thank you. All right, you bet.
And then
Bye-bye.
make it more, hey guys, this is what's up kind of thing, and it's very professional. Posted.
But are people reading your page?
Nobody reads, not really, but when it starts getting shared, it reaches people. So then when I share it and then other people share it,
Okay, good point.
then it starts actually reaching other people So, I mean,
I should trust you guys. I should
it's
trust you,
like
Melanie.
this one, I made it for here, but then I shared it and then
Hey, how are you? Okay,
Okay.
so that prelim HUD thing is going to all change.
I like everything fast.
So whenever there is, I'm just gonna tell you what, you know that initial financial thing of what buyers and sellers are gonna pay at closing? That's the initial prelim HUD thing, showing holding. But VA doesn't want the title to hold the money. So VA is sending me an addendum that is gonna strike it from the contract, and the VA is gonna hold it.
Sherie, I know that algorithm, and I do respond to.
So when I get that addendum, I'm gonna send that off to the and I'll upload it, but, and I'll explain what it is for Jack to understand, okay? Yeah, and sorry about the phone number, the one I command.
I'm gonna work on
Do
it.
that. I guess you can
All
just
right.
like help with money.
And anything else?
Theoretically, you could invest it, make a higher percentage of expense.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
They didn't
Yeah,
realize
so they're gonna come.
the health committee included all of that.
Right.
Okay,
I just think that-
all right, I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.
Thing this week. But I have to decide. if I
Hello,
want
this
to
is Sherie.
Make a video for it, or if I want to make a
I don't
video
know, get that.
for it, and
Clickbait.
I'm not
I mean,
want to do
If you're
that.
interested in the house, you can touch it.
Great on that.
I don't click on anything on here.
So how are you getting?
Unless it's something you're interested in. Like I want to put up a fence. I want a fence company, there's my name and address, another fence company, name and address, another fence company, name and address. I want to put up a damn fence. Yeah, I want you looking at fences to entertain myself.
On my personal page, I've got 500, but on my business page, I can't.
That's
83.
And then it's like 3 out of 4 of the fence companies I answer,
I'll get it.
I don't even get the fence up before they call me back. Which I thought that was strange too.
But it'll
Unless you got
come through and say
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm thinking.
have
Everybody's so damn
I
busy.
wish I was
to use your feet.
Yeah. Well, maybe we will be in a year. Who knows?
But.
That's still on that.
Nothing with that.
Yeah, it's fine. I do a lot, I gotta switch it up a little bit. People come, yeah, I mean, I've got some, I got a lot of names and numbers, so I'll help with them, but
You have
so
to
far,
generate
no.
that
Hard
need
way.
to
The one girl,
I also added it to,
I haven't done that yet, I think we can try that.
Okay, okay.
No.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
she's, I'm not trying to.
Share my information. Let's help each other out. Let me help your friends and your friends.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
And then whatever, you
Yeah.
like mine is facebook.com/.
You did.
Not know them, though.
Open house.
Add that to your.
Spoken to them.
Add that to your.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know what he's trying to- I've had two where
Add
I'm
that
like
to
not a
your-
single
That's
person.
awesome.
I was
So
like,
that when they.
It worked for me.
That's great. Like,
So I basically just, what I have. Right.
yeah,
I'm just.
And right now, it's like-
So I don't put my website in
the
there.
only ones available are random ones. Everything else is just like selling.
That's a great
So,
idea.
So I
I might
use
try
that
the
as
door
my
knob.
link instead of my
What's been
website,
working for
because
you?
then I can still
This
do,
year's spear.
connect me here,
Have you
give
been
me
using it?
information here versus the website. So I use my Facebook to engage with my, because you can, if you have mine, you can use that, watch, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was KW. was like
Can you,
great.
you use
Yeah, I don't know
your,
if I-
you did,
Maybe.
time table. You use that, or no, they probably have all that, right, the company. Like all the leads.
Oh, that's my newsletter.
Yeah, so that's how you're. Yeah, that was in the packet.
Oh, okay.
That you gave us.
Oh, okay.
Or you just passed it out, I'm not sure.
No, it must
I
be.
got like a moving checklist.
Yeah, I love that. You didn't get one?
All I have is a moving checklist. Am I missing one?
No, it should be, I mean, it wasn't that kind of stuff. I want to get a packet.
That's what I said, and then I got one.
It might be, if there was loose pages, then
true.
all
Yeah.
of this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get all that. Happy didn't either.
Yeah, I can, you know,
Mine
what,
didn't either.
this is, hey, you guys, this is done on, Word document.
Yeah.
If I will send Vince this, you are welcome to take this and make this yours,
Thank you, thank you.
okay? I'll send it to Vincent, and Vincent can send it to you. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mention this, we can have a letter, but I love this idea.
The open house, I'm missing the open house. Do you have an extra one of those?
So we can make copies.
I'm sure we can make a copy.
Just so I can get an idea. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh, and then these, you can get information from the D-Bar website too. If you go on D-Bar, you can pull stuff off of that front page
Okay.
and make newsletters from that, like.
Yeah.
Or.
I was thinking
or
about
ads
that
from
going back
Facebook,
up.
stuff. Yeah, so newsletters, you know, you can get the material.
Yeah, right.
But, all right, here, let me see if I can get that.
Oh, that's right, they're made. Yeah, you don't have made, be a phone.
Oh, yeah, check out there.
You don't have to get the secretary. It really needs it.
So. where do I check?
Yeah.
So that's
You're
my
doing
notification.
Okay.
I didn't see that they're going.
Okay.
Can I borrow yours?
No. Yeah, you got this one.
I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I'll make one of that one too.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, yeah. People make the sign. Which way, wait. Right when you said that, I was thinking about the sub. Man, I want to wait. Oh, no. Oh, crap. That sucks. Yeah, they got the pizza, the buffet. I mean, I don't know if COVID day probably doing that, but that used to be. But you know, you can go in and get a little bit to eat. That's what I like, you know, Publix is nice, but they don't have, you know, it's, there's so many stores that each one's a little smaller, you know. Wegmans only has one main one in the Andes area, so they can do that.
You're a mother of baby twins, you have another job, and you're still like. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have any of that going on, so I'm like.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting. 'Cause I work 3 days at the other job, then we have the babies, and then my husband
Yeah,
works
that's what I
4 days at
messed up.
the other job, which is trying, like today he slept 2 hours. From the time he got
That
home,
amazing.
that's what
Oh, yeah.
allows me to do
Okay.
that, is because of him. I just had him, but then, because he has me.
Opening one.
The town I grew up in had, called college town, but it's like. Super popular. I've been looking for
Let's
something like that
see.
down here. Can't find it. Yeah. Yeah, no.
I'm so sorry, I just,
I'm so happy that.
I just didn't know how I felt about it. And then it's like, I'm just gonna take a look at
Doing videos, yes, they're not like videos.
No, it's just videos, no.
This is that one. You got goes back on it.
Yeah.
So this is the last, yeah,
But I don't know. More about right one.
yeah.
And then
Like,
at the end,
hops, that's what the hops
you know, it was done,
close, right?
I pretty much
So I
did
mean,
the same
I can see my.
Yeah.
ending.
I'm gonna create it. I'm gonna do.
I mean, I added that into the, and it's great.
There's a door hanger in designs. Yeah. Is that
Awesome.
formatted and everything? But now, I don't know, you may have to get cards, you know, paper. You may need to do that. Ask Brandy how it would be. But that's gonna be issue paper. The form, there's like several templates and designs. Yeah, yeah, you probably do.
All right, so.
Yeah. And well, you can kind of be.
Okay, guys, let's start talking about sellers, okay? Because in this market, if you have a seller, that means money. In this market, if you have a seller, that means money. It's crazy. I don't know about you, but I got about 5 buyers that are looking for a home and I can't find them a home because they're on and off so quick.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so listings are all about, we've already done this, we're gonna skip, okay? Skip, lead gen for buyers and sellers, okay? I'm gonna go back, I'm sure they told you you're not supposed to call anyone that's on the do not call list, right?
How do you access the do not call?
There's some national thing and I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
All right, just say
They'll tell
sorry
you when
and
you
hang
call.
up or something, yeah.
Yeah, they'll tell you. But also, I think if it comes into command and they're on the do not call list, I believe they've got it now tied because there are some that are blacked out for me, okay? Let's see, let me get to the right page. All right, find seller leads. Your database. Your database. Okay. I don't even know what this is. Does anybody know what the daily 10-4 is?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh my goodness.
4 out of 10 weekends.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What?
No, it's 10 out of 4, not 4 out of 10.
No, it's 10 of this and 4 of that.
It's 10 phone calls
Oh,
and
that's
4
right.
notes, right?
Yeah.
4, yeah,
It's
that's right.
10 phone calls and 4 notes. Okay,
Something like that.
okay, I'm gonna call someone.
For
I'm gonna
yeah.
call someone, just out of the blue,
This is great.
okay? I'm just gonna call someone,
Someone in your database.
someone in my database. Cancel.
I thought this was for new leads, but yeah.
But I don't know.
I think, oh, no, it's you add 10 new contacts. I'm sorry. I'm almost certain that's what it is.
I gotta find someone who's around here. Okay, you guys. This is Joe Perone. Joe Perone is a friend of mine who's thinking about getting in the business. I want to focus on my downline, okay? I haven't talked to him in like 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just call him. Is that okay?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna tell him he's on speakerphone.
You're not?
No. I'm gonna let you listen. It's not answering. I'm just gonna ignore it. Hey, Joe, it's Sherie Z. Hey, Joe, it's Sherie Z. Hey, sorry, I'm getting back with you. Shoot, this thing is not working. Let's find somebody else. We're gonna find somebody. Oh, is it a
Every time
bad?
I talk to someone, I have to step outside.
Like the Wi-Fi bad.
I called someone who was a year ago looking with me to buy a home. I called them up and I said something like, hey, Lisa, it's Sherie. I don't know if you remember me, but I had a client appreciation party. You came to it. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, at the time, you were looking for a home, but, you owned your own business and you had a hard time qualifying. Are you still thinking about selling or buying? And she goes, well, actually, we are. But more importantly, I'm more interested in selling. I said, okay. What's your time frame? She said about 4 months. Always cut the time frame in half. Okay, if they're saying 4 months, they mean 2, you call in 1. All right. Do you mind if I, can I set up an appointment with you? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, call me in a month. Okay. I hang up the phone. 2 days later, her husband calls me up and says, my wife had no freaking clue who you were. But she told me about you. I remember you. We already bought a home in the Mosaic. We bought a new home, but I've got a home to sell. Will you meet me there tomorrow? I put it on the market. It sold in 2 weeks and closed in 2 weeks. Okay. So don't, these things take time.
Not good.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So I believe it's, you guys, I believe it's, you call 10 people, you send notes out to 4. And you know what? You know what I love doing? Whose birthday is today?
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, what I will do is I'll go on my phone and I'll do a video. And let's say it's Melanie's birthday. I'm usually in my pajamas still, no
Right.
makeup on.
Oh, I love this.
And I go, hey, Melanie, it's your birthday. I wanted to get in touch with you before the rest of the world did. And look at me, I'm still in my pajamas, but I wanted to get you. Happy birthday, girl. Love you. Bye.
Is it fine?
Yeah. I send it out and I text it to her.
Exactly, Susie.
I texted to her. So she gets this. Touch with you before the rest of the world did. And look at me, I'm still in my pajamas, but I wanted to get you. Happy birthday, girl. Love you. Bye. How much time did that take me?
Right.
30 seconds.
I do that. And do you know, people love it. I don't say anything about real estate, but you know what they're thinking? That's Sherie. And I usually send them a card too, a couple days ahead of time. I do have a birthday campaign set up. It's already in our campaigns. It tells me about 7 days ahead of time, write a birthday card. So it'll come up on my thing, on my database task. You guys, this takes work.
Yeah.
This is a job. You guys, this is a job. This is your business. You got to treat it like a job. You got to treat it like a business. If you treat it like a part-time job, guess what? You're not going to make any money. You got to do it. And you know what the other thing is I found out? People in Daytona Beach do not like to work. In Austin, my team was in the office every single day. If you weren't touring, guess what? You were in the office. You were calling, you were sending cards out, you were doing everything you could every single day. 2 hours. 2 hours a day. That's it. I come here, I do this 1 hour a day because I'm out doing other things. Now my assistant does it because I'm just like, hey, Melanie, I want to get in touch with you before the okay?
Yeah.
All right, anyhow. Open houses. You're looking for buyers, but guess what? If a neighbor comes by, they're curious. Why do you think they're curious?
They want to sell.
Because they want to see what this house looks like compared to their house. So you say, I can remember a new agent, can't remember her name. Tatiana, I can't remember her name. Really liked her. In came a buyer or a seller, and I'm like, come on in. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the open house. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you looking to buy? Are you just neighbors? Or, what's up? And she looked at me and she's like, you asked that question? I'm like, hell yeah, I asked that question. You gotta start a conversation. And I said, here, your turn. And she was like, hi, welcome to my open house. And they started talking to her. And all of a sudden, she was like, oh my God. And her voice went high and she talked really fast. And the person left.
Oh.
And I said to her, I go, okay, here's the deal. You raise your voice and you talk fast, these people think you're looking at them as money. I've been in ministry for 20 years. I treat my real estate like ministry. And when you're in ministry, you lower your voice and you slow down. And you know what? People love it. Hi, welcome to my open house. Yeah, sure, come on in. Hey, what brings you here? How long have you been looking? 3 years. Why haven't you found anything? Wow. Do you have a realtor help you? No, I'm just looking. If you found the right home, would you buy today? I don't know. Well, get out. Don't waste my time, you know, but you still would put them on a drip campaign or what have you, all right? You get their name, their number, you put them on a drip campaign through our command neighborhood. You tag them in the neighborhood that they want, and it sends out weekly or bi-monthly or monthly, and that just keeps top of mind. But, you know, she got better, and she did exactly what I asked her to do, and she's rocking it now. Anyhow, open houses. And your sellers, I've had from open houses, I've had
Okay, I'm
probably
sorry.
6.
10-4. Note cards, 10 contacts, 10 additions to the data bank, and 4 note cards. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys, you will find sellers. You will find, I've had about 6 sellers from an open house, and one of them came into my open house. I was down in Edgewater. It was a junker of a listing. I got it from a friend of mine. She was a nurse visiting a nurse, and this lady had inherited this home, so I listed the home. I hired a cleaning crew to go in and clean that place. It was filthy. And it was a gift. I said to the seller, look, I usually do, you know, gifts or whatever. I can do this. It's going to cost me about $250, or I can give you a $50 gift at the end. What do you want? She's like, clean the thing. So I did. But as I was there, in comes this lady and she goes, well, you know, my home's a 3-bedroom, but it doesn't have a garage, and I'm thinking about selling. Okay. Well, where is it? It's right down the street here. Oh. I've got 20 minutes left in my open house. I think I'll pack up. Let's go. I packed up and I left. It's your business. You don't have to stay there. I packed up, we left, we got the listing. She was a real estate agent too. Up in Maryland or something. And then, of course, referrals. It's hard to get referrals and stuff. I don't have a referral network, but I'm finding that because my Sherie, the realtor, Port Orange, I'm getting traction from there, from realtors elsewhere. They're seeing my Facebook page and they're calling me. In the last 2 months, I've had 3 phone calls from other agents that are looking for agents here. And they did it all because of my Facebook presence.
And then there's the referral network in command too, that
Right.
you can, I started building that. Not that I've gotten any, you know, real
Yeah.
leads from it yet, but I've gotten some contacts, so
Yeah.
it's a start.
Let's grab some food and let's eat. Can we eat and talk at the same time? Let's do it. Come on, let's eat.
Can't smell anymore, right? Can't smell anymore.
Oh, my
Of things that I can tweak it.
Sharon, did you use a script for your?
And then, and then because they have
But I think there are scripts.
something.
Bad, yes.
So you
That's
can
right.
change
Bad.
it. You can use it Like the one I.
Two for two?
yesterday.
Yeah, I went up to one yesterday.
No
Oh,
one's
well,
how to do
really
it.
temperate. So my husband's friend, we took him to lunch and he lives up there.
I don't like.
You getting used to the new appraiser site?
And I was like, okay, well, I can do a burger right now. Well, I don't know.
But you just keep.
He thinks it's Catherine, right there on Seabury, right before you get to the bridge,
Like,
right?
here, I'm horrible at speaking to the word. This thing.
Yeah, it actually is, my dad, yeah, he lives in a farm, and we went down to Daytona, my dad. So this place, they had like
Things.
five smothered fine shiny big, my husband got this. And I said, I've got to have an digestion tool to promote Sunday.
Something.
And then I got this, I got the Coney.
Okay, you guys, let's keep going.
Who's that?
Where else can you find seller leads? This is what they told you. Where else can you find seller leads?
My husband happened to see an old neighbor of ours and I went and did a listing presentation with him because he didn't know I was an agent. He's like, oh, I'm thinking about selling my house. And my husband gave me the lead because he was talking to a neighbor. So use your contacts. I mean, I guess it is just a referral, but
That's your sphere.
Yeah,
I got
I mean-
my husband too.
yeah, I mean, he just
Yeah.
spoke to an old neighbor of ours walking to the Target.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
you guys have babies now? How's everything? Oh, everything's good. Has an agent now. And I met up with him.
I got a listing
Yeah.
one time because my husband went to a Knights of Columbus meeting. And he was talking to one of his buddies and he said, yeah, we're thinking about selling our house in the next couple months. And my husband said, well, my wife's a realtor. And she's a rock star.
No, but he's not biased.
So yeah, so I got a listing.
and just leaving your,
Garage
Yeah.
sales, very good.
Yeah.
Why are people having a garage sale? They're getting rid of their crap, right?
When I go out to eat, I'll speak with the waitress and then I'll leave my card for the waitress.
Right, always.
Always.
yeah, I was just about to say that and anywhere because I got a buyer from O'Reilly's. The guy's mom was buying a house for her and her son. So just, yeah, cards everywhere.
Where else can you get seller leads from?
For sale by owners and buyers.
For sale by owner and expireds. Those people, you know what, they put a sign up there, what they're saying is, I want to sell my house. I want to sell my house. Where else can you get seller leads from? I gave you guys a bunch of postcards because I what?
Farm.
I farm. That one is very long-term, but I'm selling between 4 and 8 homes in my neighborhood
How often, Sherie?
a year. How come this isn't working?
What is your suggestion on postcards for I'm your neighborhood realtor? I guess that's what you're doing, but how would you, first time that out there?
I'm sorry, say that over again?
But, you know, if you're looking for a realtor, I'm not just your realtor, I'm your neighbor. How would you facilitate a postcard?
So what on my thing, if you look at it, I think it says, I live here, I care. I live here, I care. And when I do a listing presentation, I'm up against Don Bell. He's really big in my neighborhood. And Mr. T.
You okay?
I got it. Thank you. I'm up against Don Bell and Mr. T. Mr. T, his brother owns ICI. ICI builds Water's Edge. Guess who sold a ton of the homes in my neighborhood? Mr. T. He's everywhere.
See with CarGuard?
He's with
It's
Executive
ICI.
Realty Group. However, this is what I have. This is what one of the things on my listing presentation. We're all gonna do a CMA. We're all gonna stage. My mom is a decorator, so she stages homes for me. I'm assuming they all stage. It's a reason for me to be with my mom, okay? And she loves it. She does a good job. We're all gonna do open houses. Are they Water's Edge residents? No, 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 yes, I am, okay? Average days on market, Mr. T and Don Bell. Mr. T is 97, Don Bell was 76. I'm 66 days on market. Because I'm not as busy as they are, I can focus on me. And they have a team. You're dealing directly with me. List percentage to close. Mr. T is 96, Don Bell is 96, I'm 98. Good girl. So I get you more money. In my current activity, at the time, they had 7 active listings and 3 contingent, 6 active listings, 1 contingent. I had 1 active and 2 contingents. I got time for you. Whatever you can do to make you look better. Okay? So I update this maybe once a year. Okay?
The last time I checked.
Right, right, okay. But you know what, it makes me look like I'm pretty good, okay? Your sphere of influence is gonna do your referral business. I have these little stickers that says, I'm never too busy for your referral, or thank you for your referral. And when I send out cards, I put that, if this is a card, right, this is the card, they open it, I write here, and I put the little sticker here, and I usually make it cattywampus, so they've got to go. But it's a very subtle way. I don't like putting my business card in notes, but I'll put that little sticky in any day. It's still is out there, but it's not as offensive or in your face, I think. Yes.
Sorry.
QR code.
Well, yeah, QR code, but another one that I saw that I thought was pretty cool was somebody on a listing when they sold it, they bought these sunburst signs that they put on their for sale sign that showed this was the number of offers that they had to show that, you know, it's a really, really hot market and nobody could, you know, that way the other sellers can be like, okay, there are still buyers, 9 offers, 8 more buyers looking in this area. And I thought that was kind of a cool.
You know, that's a really good idea. I've seen people do that in postcards when they're farming. Sold in one day, 7 offers.
But they had a special sign made up that goes on their for sale sign while it's under contract or whatever, so that other people could see, hey, there are still buyers looking in this area.
So I don't put sold or pending on mine, because what I want are buyers to go by, look at that sign and call me. As soon as I put sold or pending, they're not calling me, potential buyers. It's whatever, you know, one is you're looking for sellers, the other I'm looking for buyers at that point. But that's a great idea.
Yeah, really great, and it's not expensive, I guess, compared to postcard.
Right,
campaign, you know?
right. In your packet, I gave you you see the seller lead sheet? I'm a paper hog. You should see my desk at home. It's filthy. I am not a clean desk person. But if I have this in my car and I also have this on my desk. And if somebody calls me, I get all this information as much as I think. Oh, okay. Hi. Oh, you're looking to sell. Where do you live? Oh, that's right around the corner. I live on a ranch. Ah, why are you looking to sell? Okay. Why are you moving? Where are you going to? Oh, you're going to Raleigh, North Carolina? I write that down so that later on I can say, hey, look, you guys, this is what I say. You guys are going to have to change the narrative. I'll say, hey, look, I'm in the top 20% in my office, which gives me the ability to find the other top 20% people up in Raleigh. Do you have an agent up there? Because, you know, 60% of realtors are not full-time, only 40% are. So I can get you a real good realtor out there. Would you like me to help you with that? Now, you and I all know that that's BS. You don't have to be top 20%, but it makes them feel special.
That's yes, I've heard. I mean, that's really good.
Okay? How soon do you need to be there? What are you looking for? Get them talking, because again, the more they're talking, the more they're connecting with you. Okay? And then I'm going to share with you what I do after I speak to a seller. All right. See this side right here? These are all my active or potentially active people, okay?
We don't see.
Oh, shoot.
What's that?
You didn't like that? There you go. Look at you. There we go. You see it over here? Bonnie Cooper, Sherie Renters, Crane, these are potential sellers and buyers, okay? I'm going to show you Debbie Boston. It's just down here. Shoot, I put her in here for you guys specifically so I can show you this. Hold on. Oh, I know, you guys, I have a folder. This one? No. Hold on. Listing packet docs. No, this is one. I'm sorry, just hold on with me for a second. Potential home listings. These are potential home listings for me. So you see this seller initial email? This is what I'll send to them. Thank you for calling me regarding selling your home at, and I'll put their thing. Not all realtors are the same, and I look forward to showing you why my team is the best choice to help you navigate the sale of your home. Attached is my biography, and I'm going to, you have the biography, you know, that home, that's my bio. But I have it all on one page. Attached is my biography, and you can see why my background is perfect to serve you. Also, please take a look at these links to help you get your home prepared for sale. And what I did is I went into NAR, National Association of Realtors, and I copied and pasted these. I'm now at a point where I want to go digital, and I'm just starting to do that. So here, this one is preparing your home to sell. I think I need to go control, okay? So this goes out on an email. Here you go, 81 staging home charts. And this is from National Association of Realtors. Eventually, I want to do a link where I am, okay, and here are some pricing strategies. So I send that out with my bio, okay? And then I also do something like, in the meantime, will you email me before we meet what your home mortgage loan is? And if you were to stay, what items you would do to your home to make it better? Because all of a sudden, if they think their home's gonna sell for 400,000, but the average home is selling for 350, and they've got a dated kitchen, guess what? So they would say, well, if I were to stay, I would update the kitchen, update the bathroom, and you know, whatever. So it kind of gives me an idea of the condition of the home, and then I'll do a CMA based on it. So that is something that I do digitally.
But it also gives them the idea that, you know what? I can't really claim top dollar because this is what a buyer's gonna think.
Exactly. And I can bet you dollars to donuts, most realtors are not following up with the digital link system. What I eventually want to do, and I'm trying to do this with Vincent, but I'm trying to do a video link of me doing an interview. Hey, most people, they do, there's 3 Ps. They put a sign in the front yard, they put it on the MLS, and then they pray. But I do it a little bit differently. This is what I do. So I send that out. And then what I do is I then send them, when they give me the amount of money they owe on their place, I then send them a potential net sheet. This is what you're gonna get for that home, if it sells where we think, okay? And then a couple days later, I send them
You send that net sheet via email before you meet them?
and I'll do a range. I'll say, this is the range, this is the high, mid, this is low, and I pick the mid for that. And where you sit depends on the condition of your home. Okay, and then a couple days later, what I'll do is I will send a marketing schedule. Hey, this is what I do. This is why I'm different. I'll get a professional photography once at the start. I put the home in the MLS in over 700 syndicates. The syndicate is like Redfin, Zillow. We even do overstock.com. I mean, it's crazy where these go. I'm going to put a sign in the yard, and I'm going to put an electric e-key in there. Why? Because I want to know who's at your home. Those realtors that don't do an e-key.
You mean the super?
This is what I say. If a realtor is not willing to spend an extra $60 on an e-key, so that we know who goes in your house, then they are not looking at the best interest of you. It's more expensive, but it also allows me to follow up and track. As soon as that code goes out to other realtors, they can go back in without you even knowing, especially if it's vacant. And I've done that. I've done that. I'm with people and they're like, gosh, I want to see that second home we saw that was vacant. Can we go in? I look at my paper. Oh, there's the code. Yeah, let's go. What's to stop people from not making an appointment? Although we do sometimes do go show. There's Joe Crone.
No, don't do it.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Okay, Sherie, how are you?
Good. Hey, we talked about getting together for coffee to talk about real estate. I was wondering, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to. Monday be a good day for you?
I believe Monday.
You're talking about now?
No, not right now. I'm coffeed out. However,
Okay.
let me look at my calendar.
Actually, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, well, yeah, today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all 3 days are okay with me.
Okay, it looks like Monday morning I'm free. You want me to be at 9:30?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, you name the place and where, and I'll be there. What, 9:30 where?
Well, you said, you wanted to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. The one by Publix, right? Or you have another one that's fine.
well, I live over on the other side of I-95 and you live on the peninsula. So I'll come closer to you so you don't have to travel as much. You know what? There's a Dunkin' Donuts near the church. You want to go there on Ridgewood?
On the church. Oh, wait a minute, that's the one, getting idea. that's the one, up by the Sunshine Mall, right? By the Publix up there, yeah, I think that's the only one there. It's further up.
Yeah, if you go over the Dunlop Bridge and take a right, it's about
Yeah,
3/4 of a mile there. I'll tell you what, I will find it. I will text.
That's a nice one, I know where it is.
Okay,
We used to, when my poetry group used to meet there, when it was before Dunkin' Donuts took it over. It's a large place, very nice.
awesome. Okay, so tell you what, I'm gonna find that address. I'm gonna text it. If it's not the same place we're talking about, just let me know. But otherwise, let's meet at 9:30 on Monday, okay?
Yeah, I think it's just outside Sunshine Mall.
Okay,
You're not familiar with that, but that's.
I
right
think
up
that's
there.
correct.
Just before you get to the shore.
Perfect. All
Not
right,
the shore, it's back to South Daytona.
South Daytona. Yeah, it's like right before Rossi's, I believe. All right, let's do that.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool beans. All right, I'll see you Monday.
Okay.
All right, see you, Joe. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, you paid him to do that.
I love when that kind of stuff happens. Perfect time.
Okay,
That was really awesome, Sarah.
I am a daytimer hog, and I love paper daytimers. But I found that Tammy and I, my assistant, were trying to coordinate things, and I've gone completely digital. And I fought it for like 5 years, but this year is the first year I've gone digital. So I do that because you can do that on the fly. All right, so here we are. I then sent him the seller this, okay? I do a video tour. And you can do that, I don't know how you can do it, but I do it through iMovie. I have an iPhone, I do iMovie, I can import music, I can cut and paste, I can make things fast, I can make things slow. I'll tell you what, I am not a technology hawk, guys. I hate doing this. But you just figure it out, so that's how we do that. I do a paid property landing page published to my website. You guys, that's our landing page. Through command, it's free.
Someone pays for it, so.
Yeah, we do, right? I do a comedy and video added to Facebook, my Facebook business page. I do a paid command campaign in conjunction with Facebook integration. That's the thing where I found that person to, that lead who's gonna go look at my listing tomorrow. Is that great?
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
what it is?
I add the property to SwipSwap, 4 different accounts. That's ongoing. Oh, this is spelled wrong. I do a new listing reverse prospecting to qualified realtors and their current clients. There's a way to get into MLS, and I know every single realtor that's got a client looking in Water's Edge area that's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool. And I can send it out an email and say, hey, I noticed, you know, here's one you might be interested in. There's a way to do it through MLS. You're gonna have to go through training.
Yeah, it's not hard.
It's not hard, but I'm not gonna spend the time doing
It's
it
just a
right
button
now.
on the MLS.
You have it listed, that's very.
It's actually, if you go through MLS,
Yep.
on the main page, you can find a tag, say reverse prospecting.
Yep.
And then you gotta put in your criteria. I do a postcard mail drop. I send about 800 of them out. I do open house campaigns and all this other stuff. So I send that out. And all this is before I get to the door. Because usually they'll call me and then probably 2 or 3 days later, then I go in. So I do all this before I even get to the door. Do they think I'm a little bit different than most people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me go back to here. Okay. And then, on your, you should know who your A sellers are, B sellers, and C sellers. A is anyone who's able, willing, and ready to do business in 14 days. Your action plan is daily follow-up and secure an appointment. And that's some of the stuff that I've been sending out, okay? You'll do some of the stuff. Now, guys, remember, most 60% of realtors are in and out of the business in 2 years. 60%. This is a tough business because a lot of people think it's easy. It takes work. So if you're willing to work it, you can be here in 2 years. But if you're doing what I'm telling you to do, some of the stuff that I'm showing you, it's taken me 3 years to get into place. Because you're learning the business, you're learning the systems. I mean, you guys are like a fire hose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you got to decide on how you're going to prospect, do this. So there's a lot to be done. Don't think it needs to be done right away. And I think that's really important because you're probably sitting here going, holy shit, how the hell am I going to do this?
One of the many ahas I've gotten from today, Sherie, is that idea that we should focus on 3 things and do them well. Because I focused on my open houses, and I'm stumped now. So I really appreciate, and plus I always, I'm more comfortable as a buyer's agent. But right now it's a seller's market, and I have to build my, my seller needs. So, so I, really appreciate, that input and those ideas.
And you guys, because you're a realtor, your email goes out to 1 million people and you're gonna daily get shiny objects. Hey, join Tom Ferry over here. Join this guy. You want new leads? Okay, I'm such a social person, that whole thing about FOMO, fear of missing out, that's my problem, okay? And FOMO.
Never heard that.
Never heard that? Yeah. So, and I was getting stressed out. I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up.
Right.
All these agents are doing all this. Well, guess what? They're not. They're not. They're good at 3 things. And you guys,
3 things that get you what you need.
you guys, right. You guys, your most important thing right now is lead gen. And then CC, when you get someone who wants to buy something, I'm her ALC rep. She's calling me at 9:30 at night. Sherie, how do I do this? Why are you doing this one? She was calling me all the time. But you got a listing and I helped you. Every single one of you who are new, you got an ALC member helping you, right? Who is it? Who is it?
That's what I just said.
Janet.
Who is it? Who is it?
I don't know.
Let's find out who yours is. I'm yours. Who's yours?
Carl.
Everyone on the ALC, they have to be one of the top 20% in the office. They're here to help you. Let's find out who's yours is.
Melanie's been ran down by me.
But I'm, I'm not an ALC, and I think it's important that she get other perspectives, because I'm good at what I can do, but I'm so limited, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I need her to be in contact.
Did you bring her in?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I think that you should be her person anyhow.
Well, I would be anyway. But
Yeah.
And there were a couple of questions that you're like,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
my answer, but
let's just call it contact, so and so.
So-
I still do that. I'm almost 2 years in.
And
guys,
I will
still
tell
do that.
you, if you go to another real estate company, they don't do what we're doing. They don't train you. They don't foster you. They don't have the support that we have.
and the day that Melanie was in a Zoom and I just wanted to be able to respond to somebody, I just put on Facebook who can help me, and I mean, it didn't matter who they were. I had like 10 of the uppers.
Yeah. I mean, I've even thought about leaving, but I'm like, well, shoot, I've capped every year I've been here. I've got incredible support. This is family to me. I love it. So anyhow, my point is, you guys, I'm giving you a lot of information, but it's taken me 3 or 4 years to do it. You don't have to do it all at once. So please don't stress out. All right, so. Too late. Your bees are able, ready, and willing to do business up to 15 to 60 days. You put them in your database and call every 2 to 3 days or at least once a week. And then your C people, you put them in your database and call monthly. How do you do that? You go back into command and you put a task in there. Or you create a smart plan to follow up and it'll automatically tell you what to do, okay? I think a lot of realtors think that this is a cush job. I'll tell you what, I'm working 60 hours a week. I am freak.
And you've got help,
Ugh,
and you have help, and you're working around the clock.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right
What?
Oh,
But as of today.
okay, we're gonna take 5 minutes. You're gonna get a partner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you two, Cooper, you go with him, you two, Ron, you and I.
Okay.
What I want you to do is I want you to call your partner and go ring, ring. Hey, I'm thinking about selling my home. And the other person, I want you to ask these questions.
Oh.
We're gonna go 2.5 minutes and then we're gonna switch.
The connecting question, right? Oh, the seller lead, question, seller lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Has her name on it, because they have.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
I think this is the standard PW one. I just did it for myself. You guys, whenever you get somebody, open house, phone call, ask for the appointment.
Next,
Always ask for an appointment. So I'm gonna go 2.5 minutes. Okay. Timer. Okay, I want you to start with ring, ring.
My answer to that? Yes. Okay.
You would have said it.
Ring, ring.
We're going to, timer. 2 minutes.
I'll be the same.
They want
I will
eight.
be the same.
They're trying to go in what I was just with you.
Okay, you're calling me.
Who's on you? Ring, ring.
Hi. Oh, no, I'm calling
You're
you.
calling me.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Ron Clower, Orange office.
This is, my name's Sherie. I live in their neighborhood and I saw your flyer.
Why are you moving?
Well, my daughter just had a baby. We got a lot of
What city they in?
What city? What city?
You gonna move to Raleigh? Cool. Cool. I should hook you up with a realtor up there. Are you, you're not working with a realtor up there yet, are you?
No, we wanted to know if I had been on a job or whatever. No, so, you know, we're right in the very beginning of the process.
Any time frame? What do you need to do?
I don't need to be very long. I think
You and your husband, neither one of you have a job?
no, we're retired.
Oh, you're retired? Oh, okay. Well, I got an impulse to just go ahead and make an appointment. Yeah, can we get together more afternoon or two? What's your,
XYZ.
I wouldn't feel the rest of this. Oh, yeah, I would. I come back after I made it. Like after I made it, I said, well, let me ask you a question. Tell me a little bit about your house.
Well, it's a Westminster one, it's 4 bedroom, 2 bath with a pool, and it's on one of the lakes here.
How many square feet?
2,200.
2 story, 1 story. 1 story, great. How many bedrooms?
Oh, I already told you that.
All right, switch. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and, how many?
I want you to keep going.
Switch to fire.
Yeah, I know you told me.
Switch people.
I know you told me, but I didn't write it down. I can't
No,
remember.
no, that's okay. One of the things you're gonna want to make sure, you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna do kind of a.
Hi.
Tell me what updates we got.
Is that on the sheet? Yeah. How many updates, you know, done since you owned it?
Yeah, we got this. So 17 years.
17.
Right.
Oh, wow. And you said you have a pool.
Right.
What do you think? Scale of 1 to 10, yours is a 10? Is it?
Of course.
Oh, cool, cool.
Isn't every seller a 10?
No, sometimes they're not, and they know they're not. But I mean, but you're serious. Your house is in good condition.
Yeah.
Great, great. What do you think you want to get for a price?
That's why I'm hiring you.
Okay, so you want me to set the price? I can tell you what others have sold for in the neighborhood, and we kind of decide together. All right. You got a mortgage? How much? Just one? When we determine the price, we'll see what you can net from there based on that. You have to be able to pay those Early.
Realistically.
What is that called?
Okay, I was gonna say, I've never heard that word. I've never thought of that. So, and that the mortgage company is okay with that? How long can you keep that up?
Okay, stop. All right. How'd you do?
I just got tired.
Good. How'd you do? All right, I'm gonna do it now. Okay, ready? Ring, ring. Okay, Cooper, I want you to be, I want to move this along, so don't be difficult, okay? All right, so you're calling me, Cooper.
Okay.
All right.
Ring.
Hello, Sherie Zabrowski. Can I help you?
Hey, Sherie, my name's Cooper. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was actually just driving past a place that you have listed, and I'm potentially thinking about selling my house. I'm not sure yet. I didn't have an agent, so I figured I'd give you a call. I see your signs all over the place.
Okay, well, which home did you, what street did you see my home on?
It was the 123 Main Street.
Oh my gosh, that's my neighborhood. Do you also live in this neighborhood?
I don't. That's actually, I'm wanting to move into the neighborhood.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, let me ask you a couple questions. You said your name's Cooper, right?
Yes.
What, Cooper, what's your last name?
Engler?
Okay. And this is your phone number? Is it the best way to get you?
Yep, this is my
Okay.
best one, yeah.
Cooper, let me ask you, why are you moving from wherever you are? What's your address?
My address is 123 Sesame Street.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's over there, Willow Run, isn't it?
Yes. it
How long have
is.
you lived there?
About 5.5, 6 years or so.
Okay, do you have a mortgage on there?
I do.
Okay, what is that mortgage?
It's probably, maybe 130 left
Okay.
over on it.
So those homes over there are about 20 years old. Have you done any updates, or were there updates and upgrades when you moved in?
No, it was actually, I got it for a pretty good deal. I wanted to fix it up. I've done quite a bit of work, kitchen, floors,
kitchen, floor,
bathrooms.
bathroom, okay, so I know that this thing's gonna be on the higher end. Okay, well, do you know how many, do you know how big your home is, Cooper?
Yeah, it's a 4-4.
So, oh, it's a 4-4. Do you have a pool?
Well, it's technically, realistically, it's a 3-4 because I have a massive bonus room, but it doesn't have a closet in it.
Does it
So,
have heat in the bonus room?
Yes, it does.
Oh, great,
It's
okay,
the
all
under air.
right, all right. We'll check the Volusia County and we'll see if that has the included heat in it or not. Because if you have a lot more square footage, we can get that amended, okay?
Okay.
If you were to rate your home from 1 to 10, what would you think would be?
I would probably say it's an 8, probably.
Okay. Do you have any idea what you think your home will sell for?
I mean, I know that one down the street was pretty similar and it didn't look as updated as mine and it sold for right around like 285.
So what do you think yours would sell for?
I mean, I'm thinking I could probably get above 300 with the work I put into it.
This is really important, guys.
sure is.
Because, I mean, I've had sellers say, "Pfft, you're supposed to tell me that." I've had sellers, where I will do a CMA and I put it at about 310. But if they think it's gonna sell for 300, then I know what their brain is thinking, okay? How much do you have on your first mortgage? Or,
It was 130.
and is it just you on the mortgage?
Yes, it's just,
Okay, all right. And you're caught up with all your stuff and everything?
yep,
Okay.
all
And how
three.
much is your first mortgage, you said?
It was 190.
190, okay. Great.
I guess it just went up a bunch, I think, but
I think it
190.
So Cooper, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna send you some information via email before I get there. Can I have your email address?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Hey, listen, I'm available Monday. Do you work? Are you home during the day or is evening better?
I can pretty much make my own schedule. I work at home a lot right now with COVID going on, so.
Okay, so I'm free Monday. I've got a block between 9 and 11, and then between 3 and 5. What time would work for you?
If first thing in the morning, if you said you had availability, that would probably work better.
Perfect. All right, let's go 9:30. That'll give me time to do a competitive market analysis. Do not use acronyms because people that are not
Yeah.
in do not use acronyms. I'm going to do a competitive market analysis and I'm going to do a high range, mid range and low range. And I'm going to send you a net sheet of what we think you're going to sell for based on the mid range. And we will figure out the price when we get there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Wonderful. Hey, listen, I can't wait to meet you. Thanks so much for calling.
Of course, yeah, thanks for answering. I look
All
forward to
right,
meeting
see
you
you.
as well.
Bye.
But you just double booked. You're gonna have to cancel your coffee date.
Forgot about my coffee date. Easy. If you get a phone call. I didn't get a seller phone call until almost 3 years. Well, my 3 years in the business will be coming up in July. My very first lead came January last year. So I was in the business 1.5 years, but I've been farming almost that whole time. It's my very first one. And I'll tell you the truth. If you can get a seller lead, usually you can get 2 buyers from that seller. Okay. It just kind of snowballs. All right. And I'll be honest with you, I love doing just listed, under contract, closed. I send out 3 postcards for every home I have. And through command, you can target just an area. You don't have to do, like I do every door direct marketing. It's 17 cents for every postcard I send out. So I spend about $300 for every postcard campaign. It hits 780 homes or so. I do my postcards through Vistaprint. I find it cheaper, and then I do every door direct. But if I don't, and that's my neighborhood, that's my farming. But if I'm marketing somebody else's outside of my neighborhood, I'll do command and I'll dictate homes around there, and I might do 50. Okay,
What was the other one? Just and every door direct market.
every door direct. That's through UPS. Because a regular postcard is like 26 cents or 30 cents each. Every door direct is 15 cents each. So, yeah. And I'll show you how to find that if you're interested.
They address to occupant?
I think it's resident at.
So you created
Current
this,
resident or something, I guess.
I'm sorry?
so you create it in Vistaprint and then you send it out through every door direct?
Correct. No, I'll show you. Okay, hold on. Let me show you what I do. Okay, so let's see. Real estate right here. Farming. So my back is always the same. And it looks like this. Consider selling soon. Call Sherie now to help you get it on the market. Honest, dependable customer service. Oh, I've changed that. Not let Sherie work for you. What I've done is, I live here, I care. Because I go to my neighborhood. And that is just one of the client testimonials I have. Okay. And then let's say it's this one. Oh, that's a farm. Yeah. Recent homes sold in Water's Edge. Okay. And this is when COVID was up. I thought I'd say, I'm changing with the times. So, I did that. So then what I did is I then have this and I go to, I wonder if I have this print. I go to Vistaprint. Now there are ways to do postcards in Command. Okay, and I just find that, where's just a regular Vistaprint? All right, let's do that. I just find it's easier to do this because I've been doing this for 5 years or so. Okay, so here it is. And you go, okay, I'm going to do marketing material and I'm going to make a postcard. So I do this I do I do the template on PowerPoint and then I save it as a JPEG. So here's my postcard and I want to go horizontal, and I usually do, is that 6x9? I think that's 6x9. And premium and standard are all the same, glossy front only, and I do usually 750. Okay, start designing, and then what happens is I because I use this, I always get coupons and stuff in my email, and then I upload a design. And I just upload it and then I have it, okay? So that's how I do it. Now, if I want to go to, let's say I go to.
Is this every door direct goes to the condos too?
I'm going to show you that next, okay? I'm going to go to USPS, United States Postal Service. USPS. And you're going to go to EDDM. And I'll be honest with you right now, I shouldn't be going into this detail. This is a whole nother thing, but I will show you what to do.
And Vincent can show us how to do all that in Command too. And this is targeting a specific area.
Right,
Sure.
yeah. So anyhow, if you go into, I'm rushing it so I can't find it, but every door direct, you can hit an address and it'll highlight where they all go to. And like, there's one neighborhood I really want to do. It's a pocket little neighborhood, then it goes to mobile homes, like 80% of it is mobile homes. So I'm not gonna do that. So you can see it highlights where you do it. We'll
So
do
you would
that
not
later.
use it in that case.
No, I'm not gonna,
Because you can't.
Are you mad at mobile homes?
you can't sell mobile homes.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, you can't pick and choose which ones you want it to go to.
Every door direct, that's why it's cheap. They just go
I
boop, 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 boop. Okay? Oh, shoot. Hold on.
So if you want just a specific neighborhood, then using command or another.
Service that might cost more.
Yeah. But you know what? All of that is, all, when you start getting into this detail, I'm way out of, thing here, so. Let's see, where,
Here's what the AL should call on you.
I'm sorry, what?
I used command and otherwise pellet. Command, okay.
Okay,
System for wireless pellet and easier in my opinion.
okay, y'all, we have already, we've already done this pre-listing questionnaire.
Do we have that?
Okay, we've already done the pre-listing questionnaire, okay? We already did the role playing. Okay, in command, there are all kinds of listing packets. And I'm going to show you my listing packet, because what I've done, I find the listing template on command a little burdensome, but there's some really nice slides in there. So what I'm going to do, and we don't have a lot of time, I'm going to show you what I do when I see a seller, okay? And it's going to go a little past 1, is that okay? Okay. All right. I'm going to walk in the door. And who's going to be my seller? You're my seller. Okay, ready? Come on. Sherie, nice to meet you. You must be
Dolan.
Dolan.
Come on in.
All right, we have 2 o'clock appointment. It's 2 o'clock. Well, listen, thanks for having me in. What I'd like to do is just kind of have a tour of your home. And I usually don't go this quick, but I usually do some chit chat. How you doing? I'm so glad. Would you mind kind of showing me around your home a little bit? I'd love to just kind of see what you've done and whatever. Can we start outside?
Sure.
All right, let's go. So we go outside, and what I'm looking for is either they've really taken good care of the home, or if the home's a dump, I'll point out, oh my gosh, you've got trees growing out of your gutters. Do you plan on cleaning that up before we put it on the market?
Yeah, I guess I should.
Yeah, because yeah, because people look at that and they think you haven't maintained the home. So that might be something. Do you mind if we go through and we talk about maybe some of the things that we can do to make, okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. I want you to power wash, whatever. So we're gonna go, and I'm not usually gonna do all that. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take some notes and I'm gonna give you a list of things to do maybe before. And then we go around inside and everything. Okay, so I'm done. Let's sit down and let's talk. All right. We just toured the whole place and everything and whatever. So this is my listing packet. It's really boring. Okay, what I'm gonna do today is I'm just gonna show you a little bit about Keller Williams and myself and why people love me. And then we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of your home. And when you list with me, always stay positive. And when you list with me, I'm going to get right to work. What's your timing on trying to sell your home?
Within the next 3 to 4 months.
So I already know that answer. But I want him to tell me again. And why is there a lady? You already told me.
Be closer to family.
Oh, that's right. A lot of people move because of you. It's very common. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna kind of talk about everything here. Keller Williams is the largest real estate company in the world. And one of the reasons why we're so good is we do a lot of training, and we also are very collaborative. So it's kind of like a family. We help each other out. It's just wonderful. And not only that, but because we train, you're getting top-notch realtors in here. A lot of other companies may not spend as much time, but this is me. This is who I am, and I have my stats. Okay, you guys are all new. You're going to use the company stats. This is Keller Williams. Okay, I outpace the number of new listings on the MLS than any other real estate company. I did company stats. 8.9%. This is when we were talking a couple years ago. I outpaced, and this is I'll probably use my stats here, but you can use the company stats. I am huge on communication, and I love to let you know about what's happening. For example, as soon as we put your home on the market, if I do have activity, every Friday I send you an email of what happened, and I think I brought it that in this packet here. Every Friday I send sellers what happened in the market. Here's an example. I listed your home and I show them this. Okay, go ahead and pass it around. This is what I do. You'll get every week, you'll get something from me, tells you everything, and anyone that comes in. Okay. I've got plenty of experience for anyone that's new. When I started, we team up with somebody. So you might have two people working for the price of one. And what's really important is we price your home right, because if you price your home too high, it stays on the market longer. And just like in dating, if you're on the market a long time and you don't get a date, people think, what's wrong with you? Same thing with you.
That's a great analogy.
Okay? And Keller Williams is not just a real estate company, but we're a technology company that happens to sell real estate. So we've got Gary Keller dedicated $1 billion in technology. So you're going to get it all from us. Okay? What you get from me is, and a lot of times you're going to find that sellers don't want to hear this crap, and they're going to go, what is my home? You know, what's my home? You know, and they're going to go, you got to read them. Okay, and you're like, you know what? Let's get right to the chase. So let's kind of look at what your home's going to do. Okay, so I'll be like, you know what? Let's talk about your home, Ben, and we'll come back to some of this stuff.
Okay.
That's why I'm better than the rest. You got the emails from me the other day, right? Okay, thank you for responding to that, because that really helps me to know how to price your home and everything. As in selling the home, it's condition, marketing, and pricing the home. It really is. So let's talk about what your home is worth. These are the homes that are currently on the market. These are the homes that are currently pending, and these that are sold. The top two don't matter. Only the ones that sold. And what I did is I only pulled out the 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes, because your home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You can't really look at a 4-bedroom home, because 4-bedroom, it's a different animal. The average home in here sells for $256,000. And if I look at price per square foot, your home is this, you know, you've got 1,650, so the average is 256. The high is 335 and 261. So I usually kick out the high and the low because they're outliers. So the next one down is 289. So that one at 335, they completely edited it. It's technology, blah, 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 blah. So it's not even going to be comparable. Does that make sense? All right. So I looked at, you know, everything else, and, you know, all of these are not a pool, and you notice that pool homes are actually less. It's about 15 to 20,000 per neighborhood. That's a true statistic for my neighborhood. If you're gonna look at a pool home, see what the difference is between pool homes and non-pool homes. That's a really good one. And since you have a pool, if you don't have a pool, you're probably gonna be a little bit less than, the normal. So, when we were talking the other day, you thought your home would sell for 280, and, I don't know, I'm thinking your home realistically will probably sell at about 275. It's real hot market right now. We could try selling it at 280, like you think. I think it's gonna sell at 270. Would you be willing to try at 280? We don't have an offer in 2 weeks, bring it down to the price I recommend.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay, great. I showed you my marketing that I did. Did you have any questions about that? It's pretty rocking. isn't it?
Pretty straightforward, there's a lot there.
I mean, this guy's like, he's a blowover. He's saying, I'm ready to sign. Do you hear it? Okay. I'm not even going to go through anything here. Do you have any questions?
No.
Tell you what, it takes me a lot of time. I got to set up a photographer. I've got to set up a stager. Let's sign today. And over the next week, I can set these people up. We can put your home on in 2 weeks, and then we can get you to your family. Does that sound like a good idea?
Sure. I do have a question. How much is the photography and staging gonna cost me?
Nothing. That's part of the fees that you pay me, and I just do it all. A lot of people won't do professional photography, but we're finding that professional photography gives you an extra 6% overall when we use better photography, the stagings. So and he's easy,
Notice I shouldn't put thank you.
I have had, okay, ready? He's gonna say, you know what, I'm interviewing 3 other realtors.
There you go.
Okay,
I'm actually interviewing 2 other realtors right now. as
Okay.
well, just like,
and so am I the first one in?
Second.
Second one in? How do I compare to the other one?
Good, yeah,
Okay.
you had more to offer. Yeah,
So, and you're gonna find that I go above and beyond, because I really believe in knowing the business, knowing the market, and treating my clients like family. Do you really think that you need to interview anyone else? Are they gonna show you anything above and beyond what I'm showing you?
I'm not sure. I'll have to see what they have, but I'm not sure if they'll be.
Okay, so, what?
What are you hoping they'll have?
Yeah, what are you hoping they'll do that I haven't done?
Uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, the commission.
Oh,
Well, what are you gonna charge me? Because the other person was only gonna charge me 5%.
So, that's a really good question. And I'll tell you what, the money is in after the contract. For example, let me show you something. This is where I'm actually gonna save you money in the long run. And I'm gonna share with you, after an inspection, they came back and they asked for almost $12,000 in repairs or updates and upgrades.
Mhm.
And because I'm experienced, I know what's going on. I actually got that whittled down to $350 of repairs and stuff. I saved that person almost $11,000. So yeah, you can get a 5%. We're full service, it's like 6%, but you're gonna get what you pay for, and in the long run, you're gonna make more money than with me than with that other person. Now, I will try for 6%. I think the market's shifting. People know that people are getting 5%, and unfortunately, my last 3 listings have been at 5%. Okay. But some money's better than no money. Okay.
And you can ask them for referrals. You can say, I'll make it, usually I don't go under 6%, but if you can give me referrals, especially when you're really pleased with the service I provide for you, then I'm happy to make it.
The other thing is I'll say is, you know what? one of the best things Janet Meyer did was, well, you're gonna get what you pay for. I'm showing you, I saved this person almost $12,000. But I'll tell you what, if I sell this home myself, because I do all the marketing, I do the open houses, I will reduce the price to 5%. Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
All
Yeah.
right. So let's go ahead
And
and,
if you can
and
do that, then I don't need to meet. you.
perfect. If you can do that, he doesn't need to meet with anyone else. It's all about price. Know your scripts when it comes to this price guide, because scripts help you on that. Now, one of the things that I have done is this personal, and they'll be like, no, I really want to interview the other ones. Is there anything that I have not met to your satisfaction that you don't think I'm going to do a good job? Anything at all? The answer is no. So are you keeping this appointment because you have the appointment and you're uncomfortable canceling?
Right, that would be, right, yeah.
Tell you what, I've done this before in the past. I can give them a call and let them know that they've listed with me, and then you don't even have to deal with it. They do. And I've done it.
Yeah.
People do it. And I've done it. And you go, oh, great.
Would you
Here we
really?
go.
Yeah.
That way you're not wasting your time, anything else. I can get my photographer in within a week. Do you have an extra key?
I can have one made.
Great. Actually, you give it to me, I'll go get it made. Let's get this all taken care of. And I go into the contract. And a lot of times I've already uploaded it, done it, pre-done it out in Command.
How do you follow up with somebody that went through with seeing the other agent? Because that's kind of really not what's on.
Okay.
Said he didn't want to sell till the end of the summer. Follow up with him. Oh, I'm meeting somebody else this week.
Okay. What I'll say is, okay, I get it. I pushed. If you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, because I'll tell you what, I'm top 10% for a reason. You guys are gonna say, we are top dogs for a reason. We really do a good job. After your last person come in, have me come back in and ask me any other questions. And if they're doing something that I'm not doing, let's see if perhaps I can incorporate that. I might actually learn something, and it'd be really cool.
Because this guy is a
Right.
car salesman to our no end, and so the negotiation of this guy is already.
So what I'm finding, you guys, is my farming people, they're just gonna have me in.
Yeah, they know
They
you.
feel like they know me because I've done this. Anyone who's referred me, a friend, I got it. It's the, hey, I saw your thing, da-da-da-da. Here's the other thing I'll say. Hey, you're looking at that home over here? If you buy that home with me, I will list your home at 5%, but you have to buy from me, and it will be taken off the purchase of the other home. I'm still gonna do 6% because I've had people list with me and then not buy with me. And I've already reduced. So we'll go 6%, but if you buy with me, I'll reimburse you that 1% or that 0.5% that I would have done.
Only if they sign the buyer's. Is that, okay.
I've also heard people say, although this was a while back, maybe you can't, your thoughts on it. You're in that position, they really are insistent on seeing the other people, and some people have said that, well, how about this? Okay, how about we take care of the paperwork now, and if you end up going with someone else, like you said, I would love to know why, and I'll just rip this up.
I've done that too.
Okay, are we really allowed to do that?
Yes, you are. Yes, you
And,
are.
and people, like, you rip it up in front of them, so they know you meant it, like, they're not gonna hold them responsible for having signed that contract with you?
They have to email you.
You have to put it in writing.
You have to put it in writing that they'll cancel. They're not gonna cancel.
No, but you know what I'm saying, like, to get them to sign right then, and but they still can interview the other people. This is, what are you promising them? Like, people can't, if they find somebody they like better, what are you gonna do?
Right.
What?
Oh.
I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know. I've never did that. Honestly, I'm sorry. I haven't.
In order to cancel, they just, I thought it was was just saying, they have to put it in writing. or
They
they're
just have-
canceling it.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, and just like, I mean,
Email me and
yeah,
some
just
writing and
email
we'll-
me
and
and
no,
we'll,
and it's
yeah,
good.
no problem.
Okay.
The big thing is if they're unwilling to sign because of whatever reason, you just gotta find out what that reason is. I had a seller, their home was not that great, you know, I priced it, told them where I thought it would go, and, she was ready to go, he wasn't, da-da-da-da-da. Come to find out, they had moved up to Savannah, they moved in with their daughter with 4 dogs, 3 kids, in a 3-bedroom home, and it's chaos. So the husband comes back to this home to get away from it all, and they haven't found home up there. So, you know, he was huffing and puffing, and I finally said, so why would you not, you're not even here, you're up in Savannah, why won't you sign now? I mean, it's a great market. And he finally said, and I said, well, that makes a lot of sense. Why don't we sign this agreement it will delay it for 2 months. And, you know, if in 2 months or if you find a home before then, we can change the date. And he still won't do it, but it's hard.
Because he just wasn't ready to sell.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready to sell, but they're on my tickler and I just, you know, I do them. So that's what I do, you guys. I mean, I have my own.
So did
and
you make this yourself, or is this like a template that was on command that you used?
It's like 3 different templates that I've taken from different things.
Okay.
Yeah, and I go through most of this. I'm like, you know, pricing, if you price it too far above, there's certain things that I like to talk to. You know, no one cares, you know, your neighbors are gonna, this is one thing I do say is, look, your friends, your neighbors, your family, they're all experts at selling real estate. And they're really well intentioned. But if they say something and you have a question about, call me. I'm the professional. In their zest to give you information, they're gonna give you bad information. So always contact me, always ask me, because I am the professional, right? So,
This,
any questions? This is an example of the newsletter I send out. We fold it such that it goes like this. Oh, sorry. It goes like this. We do, this goes to my database. So on the back, it has this little nice thing. This is my return address. They do labels here. They open it up and there's like stuff. And that goes out to only about 120 people. But just my people who know me. Past clients, really good friends. I don't know. Was this okay?
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
that's what I was doing.
You starting a new engine.
There you go, guys. I think, why don't you ping Vincent? I think he wants to take a picture of you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Janet, how are you?
Hey, Sherie, when you use Instagram, do you just have them all mailed to you and then you take them to the post office to do the open?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. They get mailed to me, and then you have to bundle them by either 50 or 100, and you've got to do labels and stuff, and then you send it. Yes. Did you ping,
Yeah, just a second.
But Sherie, when you did your very first presentation, did you have something like that ready to go, or did you have somebody with you, or?
so I started on a team, and my team leader came in and did the whole thing. I just sat there, fat, dumb, and happy.
You learned a
I was
lot,
just,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but
And, you know, I mean, it was somebody who was my friend. They're gonna sign with me. She's like, hey, Sherry's great. Da, 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 da. I'm her, you know, team leader. let's talk about your home. And she went right into the CMA and then she went right to the contract. I mean, she didn't have to sell them. You're gonna know your sellers, and the more you do this, what I would do if I were you is I would team up with someone to go on your first listing appointment with you. So,
Team up, yeah.
all right, dear, we're all set.
All right. So first, I wanted to congratulate you all for making it for all 4 classes. So as you know, if you did complete the entire Ignite 2.0 Spark session, we're going to give you a certificate of completion, but we're also going to give you a free gift as well. So when I call your name, actually, if you could just come up here, and then we're kind of going to just go like in a little row down this way. So Lisa, you're first. So come on up. Congratulations. Free gift as well. The free gifts for this round, every real estate agent needs their own personal soul sign. We have some for the women and some for the men. So. let's go ahead and hold on to it. So Ron.
Dunkin' Donuts, 9:30 Monday.
Kathy.
Sherie, we will all show up.
There we go. Of course. Let's move down just a little bit more, and Sherie, you could actually get down at the end too. Dolan.
You can move, sister.
You got time to finish that call.
You guys are willing to call me anytime and ask me any questions you want, okay?
Yeah, why don't I do that?
Yeah.
Cat. Atwood. Yes. I put your full name on here. I was like, wait, I used to call her Cat. There you go. Blaze.
Come on, come on, come on down, come on down.
Melanie.
Yay.
Am I supposed to be in order? What's this in order?
No.
No, you're good.
Well, I don't think so. Unless it's one of the girl, but I'll
See how I'm up.
Put it like this.
Old.
Old. Old.
Oh, I like that. Congratulations all. If you just want to hold up your sold sign and your certificate, we'll get one nice good old picture.
Don't want my sign, Cat.
Awesome, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Y'all have been great. I mean, you really have. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All righty.
And with those sold signs too, you can make them however you want. Some agents will put holes in them actually, like if they wanted to hang them or
Sherie, you were
stick
great.
them in the ground.
Well, thank you.
So
Real
you can
good.
really do
Well,
whatever you
good,
want.
I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it. Okay.
Exactly. Every agent needs to have their own sold sign. I figure we like swapped it up from like the open house sign, so we're gonna do something different each time.
Vincent.
Yes,
Do you want me to come to you?
yes, come over to, or do you have
One of those,
everything set up?
Sherie.
'Cause I could just.
Thank
be
you.
in
Thank
here
you.
with
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay in here with you.
Bye, y'all.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you,
been
Sherie.
great.
Thanks, Sherie.
You're welcome.
Absolutely, I'll watch everything in here. Thank you all, thank you.
All right.
I'm glad you all enjoyed.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask like what's your personal opinions about the whole
I think
series?
that
about-
one was nice.
Nice.
I mean, everybody has done great on their training.
Turn this off.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut that out.
No, I think every person
Has done amazing.
provided the most information.